What's going on? It's the KNBR Off-Air Podcast. Adam Copeland, Derek Papa, Walter standing against the wall. Michael's in here. Tim's in here. I don't know what he's doing. And Tom, are you here too?
Yeah, I'm just waking up.
Just waking up from what?
I felt like I was listening to a Gaelic wedding.
And I was like, what are we listening to, dude? Yesterday they had gangster rap on, and this time they had like the Last of the Mohicans.
We were told we had to tone it down, so we did Last of the Mohicans.
You know what they were
soundtrack.
told? You know what they were told specifically, Tom? You know what they were told specifically about the music that was playing?
What?
No ends.
That's it?
No N words.
Yeah.
You can't say not?
And I said, so we can't play. I was like, we can't play anything.
Well, that starts with a K, Tom.
Huh?
Starts with a K.
Not. Not the not I'm thinking of.
Not.
Either it was a Gaelic wedding or I was watching listening to a floor exercise from the Olympics.
Dude.
You don't like the score of the Last of the Mohicans?
Who's going to pick that out?
Yeah, why? Who did pick that out?
You think somebody
Dances with
listens to
Wolfskin.
that, it happens to pop into their head and they go, oh yeah, I know what that's from. That's Last of the Mohicans.
I know a lot of people that get hyped up for Hans Zimmer scores.
You should have played Lannister
No.
music. I would have been done with that.
No.
Some Lannister music like Red Wedding
Not
or something.
one person you'd run across in the city today and play that and they'd go, oh yeah, Last of the Mohicans. Yeah. Oh yeah. Good score.
Tom, you never
No,
listened
but
to like a
nobody.
film score to get you hyped up before a game?
No.
Oh.
No.
I saw, Tom, you said the floor exercise or floor dance or whatever that is. I saw, you know how like with the women in gymnastics, they have they have music that goes with their performance. It's like half dance and half gymnastics. And the men don't. And I saw somebody ask that on social media, like on Twitter, how come the men don't have songs for their floor routines? And somebody said, because there's only so many times that the world can listen to Eye of the Tiger. Can you imagine there's like 6 dudes in a row now from Romania? The dude from Romania's got Eye of the Tiger too.
I thought the answer would have been nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody really cares.
I mean, who cares about the men's floor exercise? Like, I could care less.
No.
The women, when it comes to gymnastics, the women are where it's at. Period. That's it. I could name at least 2, if not 3, maybe 4 female gymnasts.
Suni Lee,
Go.
Simone
Yep.
Biles,
Yep.
Jordan Childs.
Jordan Childs.
And who's the fourth one you're forgetting?
God, who was the girl from Brazil? It was. I've seen her every night the last 3 nights. I should be able to remember her name. And the Italian girl that won the gold.
Tim, can you name any?
in the bars?
I could probably do better than Italian girl, but
Go ahead. Go ahead.
thing
Don't
is,
say you can.
you can
and do
see
it.
the podium right in front of you where Simone Biles and Jordan Childs are literally kneeling there. I don't know the Brazilian's name. I don't.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Except you can't
Except
name.
you didn't do shit, Tim. Yeah,
You took
didn't
the
have any
obvious
idea.
I can do better than this, but you can't do better than that.
Well.
It's exactly the same as you do. Period. And they won 3rd too. So bite me. At least I know that.
And then, like, formerly, Allie Raisman is one.
Correct.
Like, she was.
Oh,
she was
you're going
winning
way
gold.
back now?
Well, that's like, what's that, 2 games ago?
Nadia Comaneci,
It's super
Olga
odd.
Corbett.
Who's the woman when, like, 96 when she rolled her ankle? The really tiny woman?
Oh, that was Mary Lou Retton.
Mary Lou Retton.
Yeah.
That was
Yep.
big, yeah. Well, there
Mary
you
Lou
go.
Retton was big.
That about exhausts my...
Wasn't in the
Gymnastics.
last Olympics or like a couple Olympics ago? Wasn't there
Mociani?
like a Gabby Thomas?
Gabby Thomas is a name. That one's out there.
That did well. And yeah, but I mean, the point is, we just named past and present, probably 8. I don't know that I can name 1 male.
I got nothing. I have 0
I
men
got
I can name
nothing.
for
Yeah, nah.
They made a big deal of that guy who was on the, what do they call it on those, the bars, or he did the, what do they call it, the horse thing, or, you know what
The
I'm talking
pommel
about?
horse
The
or
pommel
the
horse,
ball
yeah.
horse or the
The
whatever
pommel
it is?
horse, yeah. And that
Some
one
kind of
dude,
horse.
that one dude who like won silver or gold, he just sleeps the entire time. Do you know about that, the American?
He sleeps on the pommel horse?
No. He sleeps like on the side, and he's the dorkiest looking dude. He's got
Oh,
glasses.
that's to
and
do
he's
with
like,
the glasses.
Yeah, and he's like falling asleep watching. He's only there for the pommel horse event, and they
Yes.
like wake him up and they're like, it's time for pommel horse. He's like, oh,
Yeah,
nice.
So he
Specialist.
only lives to do gymnastics?
He medals,
Yep.
and then he just like goes back to sleep. They cut to him, and he's like sleeping on the side, waiting to do his pommel horse.
All right.
But he's a super. He looks like a computer programmer.
Yeah, he's straight nerd.
Straight dork. Yeah.
Straight nerd.
But then he takes his shirt off. You're like, oh, he's kind of jacked too.
Yeah.
He's got the
Yeah,
orange
Jack
hair.
nerd.
Most of those guys are. I mean, I guarantee you, gymnasts, their parents force them to start drinking coffee at like 4, so it stunts their growth.
Oh, dude, Kerry Struggs. That's the
Ooh.
gymnast I was thinking of. True Blue checked in with that. Kerry Struggs is the one I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
She finished it with like a broken ankle. Remember that?
Is that who it was?
Yeah,
Was
she's
this
like,
96?
I think it was 96. Maybe it was a little bit later. I can't
Was
remember. I was a
that
kid.
her coach, Bella Carolla? You can do it.
Yeah,
You can do
she was just
it.
yelling at her.
What was he, Rob Schneider?
And she's like limping up there with like her ankle all
Exactly.
wrapped up. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it all night long.
But I mean, who do we remember from Olympics? We remember the women's gymnasts.
Swimmers.
We remember swimming, and then track,
Yeah.
like 100-meter dash and 200-meter, and like I go all the way back to Edwin Moses and Dwight Stones. That's old.
How about you got
school.
Jenner? Bruce Jenner.
Bruce Jenner.
Was he decathlon? Is that what he was?
Yeah, like in
Yes, he
84.
was.
He did like
He was
everything.
on the. He was in the box of Wheaties.
Yeah, he's wild.
He was like the. He was the man. He's not anymore, but he was back then. It was, and then there was two. I don't know if anybody can remember the two decathletes. Was it Dan and Dan or Dan and who was it? The two guys that were like we were supposed to be like 1-2. That was like a big marketing thing before the Olympics. We had like the
Dan
top
and
two
Dan?
decathletes. Dan, I think it was Dan and Dan. I think it was Dan and Dan. I think maybe somebody can help me out with that.
I
I'm
think it's
not sure.
Duran is what you're thinking of.
That wasn't Duran.
We
I
like the
know that.
wolf.
Or Dan Dickow.
No, it wasn't Dan Dickow.
Dan and Dan Olympics. Dan and Dave.
Dan and Dave.
Ah.
Dan and Dave.
Was an
yes,
advertising
okay.
and merchandising campaign by American
Yep.
shoe manufacturer Reebok during the build-up to the 92 Olympics in Barcelona. It was for Dan O'Brien and Dave Johnson, decathletes, yeah.
Correct. Yep.
However,
Okay,
the
now
campaign had to be modified when O'Brien failed to qualify for the Olympics.
Yeah, that kind of hurts.
Hard to go
Kind of hurts
1-2.
your marketing.
That's when he was O'Brien.
Yikes.
Oh man, 1-2, 200. That's about it. Dude is out. But I don't know. Like I like. It's funny because I love the swimming. The swimming's super cool. Women's gymnastics I like. That's cool. And then the track. The field part of it's kind of okay. Like the discus and the hook.
I got into shot put for the first time this year, by the way. I was like watching. I just happened to catch it, and the shot put is kind of nuts.
Oh, they're huge.
These guys are like,
Yeah,
what,
that
and like
guy's an
it's
ogre.
when one guy's got to like throw at a certain distance to beat somebody else for gold. It's kind of sick to watch him do it. I'm like, this guy's insane.
Yeah, he's some kind of Shrek-like creature.
I'm like,
Yeah.
that guy's an Olympian. You know what?
How do you like the discus though, right? Like,
Yeah.
how is that something you end up on? Like, how many things? And it's seriously, how many things do you have to fail at before you go? All right, let's just try the
Let's
discus.
try the disc. Let me throw what's that? A heavy frisbee? Hand me one of those. Yeah.
The clarinet of the Olympics, right?
Yeah, who's drawn to the
Yeah, dude,
discus?
nobody.
Like, what do you want to do? 100 meters? You want to do that? Nah, I'm gonna discus. That discus looks pretty. That looks pretty fun. Like nobody does discus, even in like high school. I don't even know people that do discus. Like I did shot put.
Well, that was it in high school. Like it was a lot in my high school. It was a lot of. I always saw because the track was near the baseball field where we'd have our practice going on. But it was like all the football players would go do like the field events in track and field
Right.
when football season was over. It was like that was their spring sport. Some of the basketball guys would play volleyball, stuff like that. But it was like if you were a two-sport athlete, it was always like, to your point, Tom, I'm just doing this to like lift something else while I wait for football season to come back.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know what's more kind of wild to be drawn to, that or that goofy ass hammer throw. the
hammer throw, dude.
throw is wild. Like I'm thinking if I did the hammer throw, I'd kill somebody because I wouldn't know where. I have no idea. I mean, look, you practice it, so I get it, but the way they throw it, it looks like they have no idea where it's going. They just spin around in a circle and like just
Just fling it, yeah.
and thing just like flies out of nowhere. Well, there's a reason probably they have those nets on either side because there probably was a time they didn't have the nets and somebody, can you imagine just unleashing one into the stands? And
It's like worse than a baseball bat. Yeah, it's like
yeah, like
way-
somebody's
10
not paying
times worse.
attention, just gets cracked with a damn 8-pound lead ball.
Well, Tom, you
With a-
saw what happened to our guy at the pole vault, right?
Did you see the pole vault guy who got disqualified?
He struggled.
Did you see that?
Oh,
guy?
the guy that came, is he the guy that came back?
No, he lost. So he goes up and he pole vaults. This happened last week. I got to send you the video of this. And he comes down on the pole. You're not allowed to touch the pole when you go over, right? And dude, he didn't tuck himself. And the guy's manhood, like his junk.
Oh, that was a French dude.
Yeah, it flung the pole, and
Yeah.
I was like, it's got to be the best way to get
Oh,
disqualified.
you got video of this?
There's video of this. There's got to be the best way to get disqualified
not
from the
see this,
Olympics
hang on.
because people are like, how'd you go out? Well,
Pole vaulter Anthony Amirati's Olympic dreams
Well, we got a video for it. What are you telling
Michael
me, Mike?
Connell's got the video of it.
Michael's just waving
he
his
does?
fingers at me like, yeah, keep talking or something. What are you saying? I was fine.
We got Sound Soiree video going on here.
Yeah,
We
we're gonna
do?
have some video for you
Oh,
on
yeah.
the soiree. If you guys watch the off-air cast, he's trying to find the video.
Okay.
NBC has everything copywritten.
Oh, they do?
We could summarize what happened.
Maybe I could.
Well, I tell you what.
So this guy's
that-
junk.
This guy's
Yeah.
giant
His
schlong.
wrench hits the pole and he gets disqualified. And people are like, "How'd you go out?" He's like, "Well, I'm too big down there." Somebody was like, imagine counting every calorie and training and getting up at 5 a.m. and 4 a.m. every single day for 4 years just to get eliminated from the pole vault because your dong hits the pole.
Well, don't feel too bad for the guy that has the Burmese python in his pants. I mean, Jesus. Like, yeah, you got eliminated, but everybody in the world is now your fan.
Yeah,
You
right.
did it.
He's doing
Life is
fine
good for him.
Fine at Olympic Village. He's doing
Yeah.
okay.
There's no way that, I mean, there's no chance he couldn't have made at least 3 passes just using his own pole as his pole vault. I mean, he could have at least made it 3 rounds with that thing.
I'm a
That
biomedical
thing
engineer,
was
so when
in
I
that
saw
now.
world-class
The
pole vaulter
placidity
Anthony
would
Amaro
would have been a problem. That would have been a little bit of an issue, and probably would have been a little bit past PG. I would imagine what the Olympics is hoping for. But yeah. But how about the dude that was it Dupont from LSU that set the record?
Planted?
Damn.
Something like that? Yeah.
That guy was up there. Like that's the one I wouldn't do. That's everything else. I'd be like, okay, I could do it, but I'm probably not going to kill myself. I can't imagine being up that high because the one guy went up and then he fell back. I don't think he really hurt himself, but he kind of fell on his ass as he fell back.
Oh, I did see that one, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have the momentum going
yeah, no, I
forward.
saw that guy.
So he came back. But I'd feel like if I went up there, they're upside down for like a half a second, like before they get themselves going. Hell with that. That's one I wouldn't do, and the high dive I wouldn't want to do. Like I just keep me away from those two, and I feel like I could at least survive.
There it is. We got the video up on the on
Michael's
the screen.
got
Holding right at the top of that pole. Leg shoot up, and then just seemed to just be sloppy as he turned his body. Holding right at the top of that pole. Leg shoot up, and then just seemed to just be sloppy as he turned his body. Holding right at the top of that pole. Leg shoot up, and then just seemed to just be.
I feel like they make these offers all the time, and very few people, except we're getting bigger screen.
Yeah,
bigger
Mark
shot.
Jackson turned them down, too, to do play-by-play for
Mark
pornos.
Jackson was going to do play-by-play. Mama, there goes that
man.
hand down, pants down. Mama, there goes that man.
Oh my goodness
AJ says
gracious.
long schlong silver is this guy. Somebody else just threw in a long duck dong and then goes, "Dong, Grandpa's talking to you." Laying passed out on the front lawn. That's incredible.
There was another story, too, about this Italian gold medalist. His name was Thomas something. He was complaining so much about the Olympic Village. He said that the AC was bad and that there was too much noise, presumably, insert joke here. He slept in the park. Like, there's literally photos of him sleeping in the park instead of the Olympic Village. Oh, by the way, won a gold medal swimming.
Wow. How about there's all these weird stories coming out of the Olympics. So you know the sign where they held the what's it called? Maybe
The Parade of Nations.
the triathlon. It's like where they did the Parade of Nations, but it was declared ecologically dead, and there was like a protest. All these people were going to take a shit in the sign before the Olympics. So they're like, we can't be doing things in this. And they said there was all this like bacteria and things in it. There was one guy who said that he trained for swimming in the sign by microdosing E. coli.
What?
I think he was joking, but he goes, "Yeah, I just did different exercises. Like every couple of days, just wouldn't wash my hands after going to the bathroom." He was like joking about microdosing E. coli. I was like, I don't think that's a thing, dude. I don't think you want to do that.
Would you like your Giants update, by the way?
Sure.
Sure. What's our Giants update?
It is 4-0 in the first inning. Giants homers from Elliot Ramos and a 3-run ding-dong from Michael Conforto.
Oh, no ding-dong,
How
huh?
about that?
Conforto's rolling.
How about that?
Conforto's got it going again.
By the way, you see Luciano's already losing at bats to Mark Hanna. Canna's
Is
in
he?
there today against the lefty as the DH.
Oh,
We
fantastic.
got
you.
Wade in there.
You're getting your hopes up again. Look at you.
I told you guys yesterday I got sucked back in.
What?
this weekend.
What, just for the no hitter?
The no hitter. I was like, and then the Sunday game too. I was like 2 or 3 in Cincinnati. Game they had to win, or games they needed to win. I'm an irrational Giants fan.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, I said that. I'm a fan.
So what are you expecting against the Braves then?
It's a 4-game sweep.
Yeah.
Take all 4 of them.
I definitely expect Luke Jackson to come in here and shove. Like, just
Oh, dude, Luke Jackson's going to come in like bases. Oh, dude, Solaire's going to hit so many tanks when they come to town.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, it's like the White Sox are so bad right now. They come in 2 weeks. They got to lose a game before they show up. I can't have like an 0-35 White Sox team rolling in here to play the Giants.
Can you imagine?
losing their last 30 games, and then here they come to play the Giants. I'd be sweating it. I'd be sweating all 3 of those.
You need them to win the one right before they get here.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
Take the pressure off. They'll go party, have a good time, get the win under their belt, and get swept again, and they'll be happy. But they got that one win, so they'll be good to go.
We got to ask John Miller. We didn't have time today on the pregame show, but 21 consecutive losses for the White Sox ties the American League record, which I got to look up what the National League record is for losses. But John Miller was the broadcaster for the Orioles in 1988. Do you remember the 88 Orioles?
I think that started the season.
They started the season 0-21.
Oh, God.
It's over.
Which is
I think it's over at that point.
Your season's
over.
Your
3 weeks into the season, it's over. It's like, man, it's going to be a long-ass season.
0-21? You got to play 3 weeks before you could even get to 500. You'd have to win every game. That's 2 months.
When did they end up winning that year?
They're not one of the worst teams ever, I don't think. We can look. I'll check.
Yeah, I'll find out.
The
Just think
1988
you only got
Orioles.
141 left after that.
Jesus, dude. That's brutal.
You're thinking, my God.
My God.
My God. They went, dude, by the way, they fired Cal Ripken Sr. 6 games in. They were 0-6, and they just canned him. 54-107 is where they finished.
Oh, Jesus.
That's still pretty wrong.
54-107. Frank Robinson came in to take on the last 101 losses.
54-107. God, so they were 54-86.
I don't think the White Sox are going to get to 54.
Streak.
They're at 27 right now.
Yeah, they're not getting to 54.
They're on pace for like 30-something wins. I think it's like 35 wins or something, 36 wins.
Yeah, they're wrong. They're just flat wrong.
I think they have 9 road wins or something, too.
And they didn't even trade that many guys come trade deadline. Crochet stayed where he was going to stay. I think there's who was it?
Luis Robert could have gotten moved.
No, Jimenez left. Robert is still there.
Yeah, was it Eloy got traded to the Orioles?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I think they might have gotten rid of one other guy, but not many. You can get rid of a ton of guys for how bad they are. Really, when you think about it, who were the teams that really just unloaded guys? Marlins unloaded a whole bunch of dudes.
Miami did.
I asked, it was funny because I saw last night they were showing some party, an NBA party, WNBA party, not WNBA, but it was like a women's Olympic team, men's Olympic team, and KD was wearing the always popular Florida Marlins hat.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was thinking to myself, there is a 0.0% chance he can name one Marlin right now. One. And I thought about it for a second.
Can I name one Marlin right now?
I think I could come up with 3. I think 3 is what I came up with. I came up with Jay Berger.
Jake Berger, yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I came up with Luzardo.
Jesus Luzardo's still there, right? AJ Puck got traded.
I think who was the other pitcher too? There's another pitcher that I came up with. I can't even think of him right now. So 2, basically.
They moved everybody.
De La Cruz.
Alcantara's still there, right?
Ryan
Yeah, he's not playing this year.
He might be hurt.
But yes, he's still in
Weathers
the squad. I believe he's on the team. Is Weathers still there? Yeah, but the point is, like, even people that follow baseball a little bit, like, it's hard to name like 3 or 4 Marlins. It's like you can't. But the A's didn't get rid of a bunch of people. The Angels didn't get rid of a bunch of people. They got rid of a couple closers. The White Sox didn't unload a whole bunch of people.
I've got the White Sox lineup for tonight. Would you like to take a guess at the highest batting average in the lineup?
Ooh.
Take a guess.
240.
Yeah, I was going to say like 238.
Their 9-hitter Lopez, 239.
Oh, we split it.
Nice, dude.
We split it.
And by the way, he's hitting 9s. So he's had like 60 at-bats or something, right?
Yeah, it's this is.
It's
yeah,
tough.
they're bad.
Miguel Vargas, is that their other dude they acquired from the Dodgers? He's the one who's just miserable.
Oh, did you see the total in the Twins-Cubs game tonight?
The over-under?
Yeah.
No, what is it?
It opened at 5.5.
Who's pitching in that game?
I think is it Imanaga?
Imanaga and Lopez.
And Lopez. Yeah, and the
Pablo
wind was
Lopez and Imanaga.
and the wind was blowing in at like 19, 20 miles an hour. So I think I went from 5.5 to 6. 5.5 is just dumb. I mean, 5.5 is ridiculous. Like 3-3. Well, 3-3 you're going to win anyway, even in a 6 total, because you're going to get to 7 eventually. But I looked and I go 5.5. I go, who the hell's pitching? I go, okay. I go, what's the wind doing? And then I looked at the wind. I go, okay. I guess that kind of makes sense, because you're expecting a grand total of 0 home runs tonight. It's like 20 miles an hour blowing dead in from center. And then you got 2 pretty good pitchers.
What's the first
pitching.
5 total? Like 3?
Oh, my God.
I bet it's got to be that low. It's got to be like 3.5 or something.
I bet you it's 3 under.
Yeah, with the juice on the
I'll
under.
look at it right now, but I bet you it's 3. I bet you it's 3 under. Because 5-3, yeah, probably. Let me see. I will look at it real quick. I'm going to guess 3 under 20 is what I will guess. So let me see here. Cubs, Twins, and there we go. It is 3
stuff right now.
Yeah, it's not 3. It's 3 flat. So 3
flat.
minus 110. That's still. Yeah, that'd be oof. You go ahead and roll the dice on that one. 5 innings. All you need is 3 runs. Get a push. I probably wouldn't endorse it, but I don't know that I'd endorse an over either when the wind's blowing 20 miles an hour in. And Minnesota's got a decent offense. Cubs aren't very potent, and the pitching's pretty good. So
I'd take Correa right now. I'm just saying, everybody. I was good with that sign.
You're good with that?
I would Correa playing short for the Giants right now. I know that
Just
Tyler
let it go,
Fitzgerald's
Coach.
red hot, but
Jesus.
everyone was all
What do you
worried
mean
about
Fitzgerald's
Correa.
better than Correa?
But he's like playing. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, he didn't pass the physical. I was like, he's playing, isn't he?
11 home runs, 17 games. Yeah, he wasn't very good last year, but he's like, oh, man, thank God we didn't sign that one. But this year, I think his OPS is right around getting close to 900, isn't it? In the high 800s, I believe.
He is. He's got an OPS of 896. He's got 13 homers. He's hitting 308, by the way. 51 runs, 47 ribs in 279 at bats. So he's having a pretty damn good year. OPS
Well, remember,
plus
it's the
150.
same thing with Bryce Harper when he signed that big deal the first year, but he's like, oh, I don't know about that deal.
Yeah.
Oof. It's like, bro, it's 13 years. Let it play out a little bit. And I think anybody would take Bryce Harper on that deal right now. I mean, that to me, I don't know if it's a steal or not, but
relative to some of the other contracts, it's a way better deal, yeah.
It's a pretty damn good deal, too. And then once you get that guy to the postseason, he's usually money. He doesn't fade at all in the postseason.
He's been ice cold lately, though. Did you see that? He's like 1 for his last 31 or something coming into this week.
His OPS still over 900 though. So that's an awesome lineup, but he's still the guy. Like, he's the last guy you want to see in a big spot. I mean, you can get him out with the lefties, and they have good stuff away. They can get him. They got him a couple times last night, but he's scary. Like, he's a scary at bat. He swings so hard, and he has power to all fields. I mean, when you go Schwarber, what is it? Schwarber, Turner, him, Baum,
Realmuto's in there.
Castellanos. Yeah, Realmuto's in the two. I mean, that's a good lineup. We should have. I mean, if the teams that make it, that we think are going to make it, it could be back to the 80s in the NLCS this year. You could have Dodgers, Phillies, which would be an incredibly star-packed NLCS. Now, who knows if it'll happen, because all the top seeds get dumped anyway because they got to sit out a week and then they get beat, which is something baseball's got to figure out. But yeah, you look at the Correa contract, kind of like the first year. You're like, ooh boy, lucky we didn't get him, and now you're like, ooh damn,
It'd be nice to have that guy. Yeah, he'd be sad. They're still looking for a shortstop, unless it is Tyler Fitzgerald, who's as you said, having a great couple of weeks. By the way, the all-time loss record for consecutive losses. The 1961 Phillies lost 23 straight.
Ooh, so they're closing in.
Yeah. The Major League low in wins belongs to the 1889 Louisville Colonels. The Louisville Colonels.
Yeah, this one's brutal.
They popped their own corn.
They lost 26 straight during a 27-111 season. They popped their own corn. The Colonels. The State Fair, 1889.
What if what's the NBA record for most losses in a row? Isn't it like Cleveland 30?
Maybe the Pistons had that insane run this year, but I don't know if they set the record.
I don't think they got Cleveland, did they?
I don't know. I know the lowest win total was the 76ers a couple years ago.
It was Pistons last season, guys.
Oh, it was?
Longest
Oh,
losing
yeah,
Super Bowl.
totally forgot
That's what I was
about
saying.
that.
It was last year, 28 games. Yeah.
Oh, was it 28? Oh, because Cleveland wasn't 30 then. Okay, 28.
Didn't
I
they
totally
beat
forgot about
Washington?
that.
Like Washington was putrid too, and they beat
Yeah.
them. Or something.
Yeah.
28 straight, dude. After
And
they
I
gave
think
Monty
for
like $100 million.
Yeah.
I think for a
they fired
season, it was the Sixers, wasn't it? Like 9?
Yeah.
Like in the early 70s. Because I remember Fred Carter. Remember him? He was on ESPN. He was an analyst. His claim to fame was the best player on the worst team in NBA history.
Well, dude, didn't the Nets have a season where they started like 0-19 or something, or 0-17, or was that the Cavs?
That I don't remember.
That I don't remember either. I mean, they could have. The Nets were wrong for quite a while. They were pretty bad.
It was the Sixers and the Nets. 09 and 10 Nets started 0-18. The 15-16 Sixers started 0-18.
Jesus.
God dang.
By the way, the Sixers broke their own record from the year before. They started 0-17.
Trust the process.
Trust the process, baby.
Oh,
Trust
that's
the
tough.
process.
That's tough.
And then who has the longest losing streak for NFL? Is it Lions or Tampa?
Ooh.
Or Browns.
No, Buccaneers stretched out to like 2 seasons when they like came in the league as an expansion team.
Yep.
Tampa Bay has the longest streak in the modern AFL NFL since the merger.
So that was that first season,
They
like
lost-
76.
They lost 26 straight games from 76 to 77.
Yeah.
And the Chicago Cardinals, though, lost 29 straight from 42 to 45. That was
Yikes.
old,
I think that was the John McKay coached. I
Yeah.
think he might have been coaching the Buccaneers with one of the greatest quotes of all time. When a reporter asked him, "What do you guys think of your execution?" He said, "I'm in favor of it."
And then Brian Kelly tried to do the same quote like last year, and it totally
He
failed on
butchered
him.
it.
He butchered it,
Yeah,
did he?
it was bad.
That's a tough deal.
Me and my family.
Me and my family.
McKay's was perfect. It was just nice and quick. I'm in favor of it.
By the way, did you see Harbaugh? I can't wait for Harbaugh sound. We're going to get such good Harbaugh sound this year. With
I deny everything, and I don't
He
apologize.
said, did you see his
exactly.
quote yesterday? Also, he was like, confused. He was like, I didn't know there were sanctions. Like, I didn't know there was anything illegal going on in Michigan. Like that. You got suspended like twice last year, brother. Like, what are we talking about?
Who's the new guy? Who's the new head coach? Sharon?
Sharon
Michigan?
Williams
Yeah.
or Sharon
Yeah.
Wright or something like that.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. You know, just take over for me. No.
Yeah, like he has an amazing ability just to like distort all history. Like he just forget. Like no, it didn't exist. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, everything's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
What are you talking
You
about?
guys seen YouTube TV? It's great. I love YouTube. It's
What did
great.
Michigan State do to limit your 2 running backs that have had a great season?
They tackled very
This
well.
again, goddammit. This isn't real. This isn't real.
That's real. He's like, I don't recall any fart.
so fake.
I don't remember any fart. It's nothing
I never farted. I never
remember that.
texted Connor Stallions.
Fart truthers.
Oh man,
Derek's a fart truther. That's not cool.
is that the best? Is that the best coaching division in the NFL?
No, because Antonio Pierce is in it.
Okay, I mean that drags it down a little bit. So we think.
So it's Reed, Harbaugh, Pierce, and
I mean, yes, those 3
And Peyton.
guys.
And Peyton,
yes, but
Okay, who's better?
What's a better division?
AFC North isn't bad.
Who's AFC North?
You got
You got
Tomlin,
Tomlin, Harbaugh.
Stefanski.
Stefanski, and Zach Taylor's not bad either.
Yeah, that's
pretty
not
good.
bad. That's okay.
That's pretty good.
Well, you've got Super Bowl appearances and rings
I like
in the
that.
AFC West,
And you got Antonio Pierce.
and you have Antonio Pierce. Yeah, you've got Harbaugh who's been to NFC championships and been to a Super Bowl.
And has won a national
and
championship.
has won a national
Yeah.
title. You've got Andy
Andy
Reid,
Reid,
who's
who's
got
won multiple
all of his
Super Bowls.
conference
Yeah.
championship appearances.
Sean Payton, who's won a Super Bowl with the Saints.
Yep.
And then you got Antonio Pierce.
Nice,
Okay.
nice. So
What do we think of the NFC North? You got O'Connell.
Yeah, he's good.
You got Campbell. You got LaFleur. Loser. LaFleur.
LaFleur,
And then I don't know who's the Bears coach. I don't even know who the Bears coach.
Oh, Eberflus.
Matt Eberflus.
Eberflus. Oh, he's still there.
Nah,
That's
see, I
right.
wouldn't go north.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I will
Come
say
on, Tom. You know about Eberflus. Getting excited for Hard Knocks tonight, right?
Yeah, big fan. Big fan.
right. I'll say this though,
love
I'm
it.
more impressed with 2 guys in that division than I thought I would be. I mean, Dan Campbell completely changed my
Yes,
like it's
I
totally
agree.
changed my mind about him. But I got to see him continue to do it. He's
And
built
a great quote.
He's built it in something. He's a great quote. Also, Matt LaFleur, like I wanted to see what was going to happen post Aaron Rodgers. He took over like
Yeah,
Rodgers
no.
at the peak of his powers, and they've been okay.
No,
He drafted and picked the right guy. It seems like.
No, they've been very good. But my thing about Dan Campbell is he's a good motivating coach. His just decision making sometimes with the 4th downs is just so puzzling. And I wonder sometimes if the offense is just good because of the OC they got in Ben Johnson.
Could be.
Fair.
But I think a lot of coaching, too, is like instilling some sort of confidence in your team.
Yeah.
And I think when he – like, look, I agree. Last year in the NFC Championship game, there were some puzzling decisions.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not going to go for it at the end of the first half, then why are you going for it and not extending the game out 3 scores in the third quarter?
Right.
Like, that I didn't get. Like, he just – if you're going to do one, do the other. It's like if you do one, then the other one makes sense. But if you do one and then you do this, then it doesn't make any sense. And that didn't make any sense to me. But I do like the aggressive nature, and you can't argue with the fact that this team was brutal as of 3-4 years ago, and they were in the NFC Championship game, and now they're probably going to be one of the better teams in the NFC. Although we'll see how that works out. A lot of times when a team jumps up kind of out of nowhere without making the playoffs and then make a run like they made last year, they have a tendency to drop back the following year because it's harder to handle the expectations and people coming at you now and actually treating you like a real team. So it'll be interesting to see the way the Lions go about it. Like if I were going to pick someone to win that division, I would take the Packers over them.
I kind of like that too.
Yeah, I now we only saw 8 games of Love, so we're not sure exactly what he is. I think sometimes we have a tendency to say someone's good or bad based on a half a season, and especially when they're really young, you're not quite sure exactly what they're going to be. I think he's going to be good, just like I think Purdy's going to be good. I mean, we haven't seen a ton Purdy, but I think we've seen enough of Purdy now with over a season. So I would take them though. I love their wide receiver core. I love the fact they got Jacobs. Offensive line is solid, defense young, and I like LaFleur. So I think that would be a good pick if you're going to pick someone to win the NFC North. I think that the Lions will certainly be favored based on what they did last year, and rightfully so. But, yeah, I think the Packers are going to have a good chance this year.
So is this year going to be like how we did last year with Brock Purdy, where each week Cope is going to ask you, like, oh, so Tom, is Jordan Love the real deal now? Like, how many weeks do you have to give Jordan Love to say, like, okay, I actually think this guy's going to be good?
He's had like 10 good games. Yeah.
I don't know. Give me another half season.
Okay.
Give me another half season, and we'll see how he looks. But, I mean, he didn't look great against the Niners in the playoffs last year. Right? I mean, he was okay early in the game, but in the second half he was brutal. So we'll see. But, I go back to, remember Scott Mitchell?
Yeah.
Quarterback of the Dolphins, and signed that big deal with the Lions. He had that good half year when I forget who got hurt.
Dan Marino.
Is that who Marino?
Yeah.
God, it was back that far.
Yeah.
So he came in and he played well, and he got a big contract, and he went to Lions. He was like, nah, it's just okay. But that's how desperate everybody is for quarterbacks nowadays. Whenever you can get a quarterback you think can be the guy, you end up having to pay him. So we'll see. But I like the Packers.
Cram it up your cram hole, Floor.
I had this bar debate last night with this guy who was throwing out he's like, do you think Jared Goff at 30-1 for MVP? I was like, hold on. And his reasoning is what's interesting about sort of what Tom's saying about the Packers being the team. Did you know the Lions only play a game outside of a dome this year like 3 different times?
Damn.
Really?
Isn't that wild?
So they're like
they play at the Packers, they play at the Bears, and I think they play at the Niners, don't they? Or do the Niners go there?
Yeah.
I think they play here. I think those are the only 3 outside of a dome game. Like here you go. I'll give it to you. Week 1, they're at home against the Rams. Week 2, home against the Bucks. Week 3, they're at the Cardinals in a dome. Week 4, they're home against Seattle. Week 5, bye. Week 6, at the Cowboys, dome. Week 7, at the Vikings, dome.
Yeah. Week
8, at home against Tennessee. Week 9, Lambeau Field. So there's 1 outdoor. They don't play an outdoor game till week 9. Week 10 against Houston, at Houston in a dome. Jacksonville at home, week 11. Week 12, Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium. Week 13, at Ford Field. So there's still indoors. Packers at Ford Field, Bills at Ford Field. Then you get Soldier Field week 16 for the Bears, 17 for the Niners at Levi's, and then Vikings week 18 at home. So they play 1 game outdoors before week 16. Then they play 16, 17 outdoors on the road, and then a game at home.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Mark that down as a bet for me.
That's an interesting,
I'll have to remember that.
And the guy was giving me Jared Goff's
Packers.
numbers. You can take the Packers when?
I'm going to take the Packers week 9. If that's their first week 9.
Week 9 is their first game outside.
Outdoor game.
Isn't that crazy?
So
And it'll be a little cold, yeah.
I'm going to circle that one as a wager for me.
The case the guy was making for me
was
was Jared Goff's numbers indoors are like wildly different than his numbers outdoors. And I was like, look, I don't hate the bet at 30-1. He's like, I might throw like $100 on it or something.
But what would he have to do to
That's
win
what I'm
MVP?
saying. Is he going to beat Lamar Jackson? Like the team's going to have to be really good. It's usually best quarterback on best team is
They have to have the best record in the NFC, and he'd have to throw 40 touchdowns.
I think that's his point was he's playing in a situation where like, again, I don't love the bet, but I thought it was interesting to note that they don't play any games outdoors.
Yeah, that is interesting.
It's pretty incredible.
That's definitely like some 99 Ram stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, he is 30-1.
It's not a bad bet.
I mean, it's not like you're
they don't think he's
expecting
going
him
do
to
it.
win.
Yeah.
You just, that's a sprinkle bet.
If you're looking for a flyer, why not? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not expecting him to win. Did you guys see the, I don't know, I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw the ranking of like the top 12 quarterbacks in the league, and it was voted on by players.
Yeah, the NFL Top 100.
Yeah, and I think Purdy was 7.
Yeah,
I think Goff was 12.
Yeah,
Goff was 11.
And Lamar was the number 1, and then Patrick Mahomes after him.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, they do get hit in the head a lot. I would probably go Mahomes.
I think I would too.
Well, not only that, but
I'd
like
take Mahomes over Lamar.
Well, the whole list, the list turned out to be was number 1 Tyreek Hill overall.
which is a crock.
Yeah.
Like that is the best player in football?
No.
Is this an electoral college or is it a popular vote?
I wouldn't even say he's the best wide receiver in football, to be honest.
Like the O-line votes don't count as much?
Yeah, exactly.
They're far away from the ball. They're like D-line, like they don't matter.
They don't know.
They're like the Rhode Island of the electoral top 100.
Yeah, that NFL Top 100 list is very, very shaky because from just working there at NFL Network, like a lot of producers put a lot of, say into that because not all the players vote on that.
So it's not voted on by the players.
They don't care.
I've heard podcasts like Chris Long was talking about when I was playing, they would give us the sheet and no one would give a shit.
Yeah.
So it's very few players that actually vote on it.
That's kind of how we were for the All-Star game and stuff. Like they'd hand us a sheet and vote for players. I always put Manute in there. See if I can get him in the All-Star game.
Sprinkle him in. Yeah.
Didn't work. I go, Manute, you got 1 vote again this year. You're good. I got you.
Well, that's like the year that Andy Didn't Andy Bagley get Jeremy Affeldt an MVP vote one year?
I believe he did.
If you look at Jeremy Affeldt's baseball reference page, he's got 1 year where he's like 19th in MVP voting in bags. Like, yeah, I think he deserved a vote down there. He's good. He's like a setup guy.
Wasn't Klay Thompson voting for his brother as the best MLB player? He
Yep.
got 1 vote. Oh,
Exactly.
All-Star break.
Yeah, All-Star.
Well, you know what it's similar to? It's similar to the coaches poll in college football.
Yeah.
They care. Like they don't they have time to sit down and grade out the top 20 teams in the college football. Like they're giving it to an assistant or they're voting for their buddies, like who their friends are, like trying to move them up a couple spots. Like they don't care. They're getting ready for the next game. Like there's not enough hours in the day for those guys to get ready for the next game, let alone sit down and devote 3 or 4 hours to try and figure out who the top 20 teams in college football are. Like, no.
Is it
I'm
weird
gonna
that
go ahead
the
and pass
players
on this.
care more about their Madden ratings than this?
Probably. That one's funny to me.
The
That
Madden
they care
rating.
so much about their
It's
Madden
ridiculous.
ratings.
Yeah, 2. I saw 2 was like ridiculously high on that.
Is
What,
he?
his Madden rating?
Yeah, he's like 5th overall amongst quarterbacks.
Well, it's like Tom. He gets upset at the speed relative to Chris Mullen
Yeah,
in the
they
2K every
screwed
year.
me.
Tom's like, this is bullshit, dude. Like,
They screwed me.
yeah, they did hose you. They made you
Well,
a
the funny
defensive
thing
archetype.
is-
You're like, that's not what I was.
Have you ever heard? I've never heard baseball players or basketball players or hockey players, for that matter, get mad at their video game ratings.
Yeah, MLB The Show. Why am I so low?
Yeah, I've
I
never
never
heard
seen-
that.
or
Football's
Logan, yeah.
every single year somebody
they-
gets mad at their
Yeah, but they
speed or
don't
their
like
quickness.
release them the same way. Like it's such a big pageantry thing when they have the NFL.
They're fabricating
Yeah.
content. They're manufacturing content for
Oh, of
football
course.
because they got a network. They got to do this crap every day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Schedule release, all that. I mean, literally, Madden ratings is like a part of that now.
It is.
Real quick, do you guys mind? Actually, I don't care if you mind. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Well,
go
let's
ahead.
let's
Yeah, I'll be
let's take a quick break so we can set up.
I just said I was going to,
some
so you guys
video
figure it out,
soiree.
yeah.
All right,
Video soiree.
video soiree. So instead
Give
of
me
just
some more
sound.
Last of the Mohicans,
All right, yeah, we'll do that in the commercial break here.
so I can go to sleep. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back. back on KNBR off air. Tom, you digging that Jurassic Park score? Oh, Tom there?
Mm-hmm.
Tom, you digging that Jurassic Park score?
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic.
All right.
Love it.
So I think we got some video soiree to do instead of some sound soiree.
Okay.
Oh, no intro. We don't have that capability.
No, we don't have the fancy intro for it.
Just some kind of.
Are you just playing with a drill back here, Copes? You got to turn your mic on.
There's a lot of crap in the studio. This is like the overflow studio now for both shows and.
If you ever wanted to bury a body, just put it in this room.
Nobody'd find it. Anyway, I just found this Black & Decker. Black & Decker? Barely just Black & Matter. Black & Decker, it's like a hand drill.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like a different. See this?
Yeah.
I didn't even know this thing existed.
Dude, you had to see if you could take apart the microphone.
In here?
Are there any screws in there?
I think I can just unscrew it.
Take it
just do
apart.
it by hand
Yeah,
if I wanted to.
it's much easier than that.
It's easier than it uses a screwdriver.
All right, so do you got the audio clip, Michael?
So we got video to go with our soiree.
Well, not this first one. This first one's going to be traditional sound soiree.
So wait, are you setting them all up?
I am, yes.
I can't read that shit handwriting you have over there anyway, so you do it.
Dude, it's not that bad.
Look at this, dude. Look at how bad his handwriting is. I don't know if anybody can see it.
Some people could just read that, some can't. I think that's more on you, Coach.
Kind of crappy.
Hieroglyphics?
That's what I'm saying. As I always say, what, you write it with
All
your
right,
foot?
don't
Did you
exaggerate.
write that on a cave wall?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's Coach's favorite
resume was in
joke.
wingdings.
Did you write that with your feet? Say
I
it
just
every
said
goddamn
it.
time.
I said it already, dude. Listen up.
I didn't listen.
Thanks for listening.
I never listen to the show. All right, let's start with the first one here. It's just in the Adobe Audition, Michael. It's just Peter Schrager. You got that one?
Schrager.
Schrager.
Peter Schrager from Good
from
Morning
Good
Football.
Morning Football. Well, he's supposed to know he was an NFL writer from back in the day, so he should know all the local guys. And Matt Mayoko's a legend. He's been doing this for I don't know how long, but he's been covering.
He's been doing this for like 20 years.
Yeah, long time. And he's been on Matt Mayoko's podcast. Listen to how we got the audio. Listen to how Peter Schrager. They're talking about Brandon Aiyuk. Listen to how Peter Schrager pronounces Matt Mayoko's name.
Matt Mayokoco, who's out of
We got people.
NBC. I know, I love
It's kind of cool. It's a living, breathing set.
It is. NBC in San Francisco.
That's pretty bad.
Matt Mayokoco.
Matt Mayokoco, who.
It's pretty good. I like that one. Tolbert and Curbs, Matt Mayokoco.
Yeah.
You gotta be better than that, Schrager.
Mayokoco.
Halbert and Co.
Yeah. Aruba, Mayokoco.
Matt Mayokoco.
Damn, Mayokoco.
Way off.
Oh man, I
Yeah,
gotta tell you,
that was a swinging. If that was a pitch, he missed it by 2 feet.
the confidence in
Matt
which
Mayokoco.
the confidence in which he says it too is really funny. Matt Mayokoco. I've been on your podcast, haven't I? The Mayokoco pod. Yeah. 49er Talk with Jennifer Lee Chan and Matt Mayokoco.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Mayokoco.
almost, it's funny how satisfying it is. I don't know about you guys. It's something that my entire life has been funny. When a teacher would botch a kid's name, like a substitute comes in. Shout out my guy Zach Bootko, who went to school with me. Dude, one time in second grade, a teacher was like, Buttko. We called him Buttko for like 7 years.
Easy laugh.
Yeah, it's an easy laugh to say butt when you're like
Did anybody ever fuck up your name?
7 years old. I don't think so, too bad. Actually, one time when I was playing JV baseball for like 2 weeks, I had this coach, Ed, and he talked like he smoked. He talked like he smoked like 4 packs a day. I don't know if he did, but he talked like this. And I was so nervous.
Marty Funkhauser?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he sort of did sound like him. Super Dave Osborne. It sounded like
Super
that.
Dave.
But I was so afraid to correct him. He called me Aaron for 2 weeks. Like the entirety of the time I was on the
Aaron
roster.
Copeland.
Called me Aaron. Then I went up to play varsity, and like when I was leaving, somebody said, coach's name's not Aaron.
It's too late.
I have an
was like,
incredible
yeah,
one. I have an
no
incredible one
problem.
for you. I told this story a million times.
So,
So
good at bats. Who cares,
there was a kid that I was a good friend with. His name was Justin Dupuis. French name. His our driver's ed teacher. This is incredible. He didn't know how to pronounce his name, so he'd just call him Dupis all the time. For months, he just called this kid Dupis. So finally, my buddy Justin gets the nerves up, and he goes, Mr. Turner, I'm really sorry, but my name isn't Dupuis. It's not Dupis, it's Dupuis. And my driver's ed teacher looks him right in the eye and goes, I am so sorry. I will never make that mistake again, Mr. Dupis. Right to his face.
Mayokoco.
Yeah. Tacky Chick says Derek Poopa.
Dude, no joke.
So dumb.
Dude, when I went to high school in Texas, coaches would mess my name up all the time. Papa, Poopa, yeah.
Papa.
Papa,
Like
get over here.
Like Milt Pappas?
Yes.
Yeah, Milk Pappas.
That's the first thing that came to mind. That's pretty funny.
Bad. Okay, next up, I think we have video for this one. This is Draymond talking about. We all have a good Draymond soundbite, don't we? When he goes on his podcast.
Yep.
Never gets old. Draymond talking about he's disagreeing with Steve Kerr about Jason Tatum's playing time. And nope, we don't have that one.
Why don't we do the one with the fouls first?
Oh,
how about when you guys figure this out? I tell you, 5-4 Nats, bottom of the second, over the Giants. The Nats have come back.
Oh, it's over special.
Yeah, it's an over special. Giants losing 5-4. Just a heads up.
There you go.
That's what's going on. So Birdsong got knocked around in the second. I saw he was in a jam. It was 4-1. But something got away.
At least he's out of the jam.
Well, he may be out of the game. Who knows? Bottom two. Do they only have one out right now in the bottom of the second? Yeah, Birdsong's still pitching. Birdsong did 53 pitches through 1 1/3, 5 earned. He's walked 2, also gave up a home run.
All right, we're all good now? Okay. This is Draymond talking about how Jason Tatum didn't get any playing time in Game 1 for Team USA.
No one's looking at the minutes like, oh, this guy played less. Like I said to JT, no, when you win a gold medal, no one cares who scored the points. No one cares who played the minute. Did you win a gold medal or did you not? That's what it boils down to. Did you win a gold medal? Did you not? However, you don't not play Jason Tatum. That man just won NBA championship, cover of NBA 2K, cover of Sports Illustrated saying cheers. Just signed the biggest contract in NBA history. Oh, and by the way, your reward is sit down and don't play in the first Olympic game. Now, if you watched the exhibition games, JT didn't play well in the exhibition game. I don't care. Like, it actually doesn't matter. And so I was a little taken back by that. Like, in 2021.
We get it.
When we won.
So, Tom, what do you think? I mean, you think Draymond, who plays for Steve Kerr, is questioning his coaching and rotations?
Well, no, I don't know what the hell he's saying because he's saying
it doesn't matter.
Two opposite things. I mean, he's saying it doesn't matter. You got to play him because of all the reasons he listed. And then he also says it doesn't matter. No one cares. All they care about is if you win the gold medal. So what's he saying? Is he saying
he's talking in
doesn't
circles.
Matter if you play him because who cares? All you got to do is win, or it doesn't matter. You got to play him because of all this. I don't know because he's saying two. They're directly opposite of one another. So I'm not sure exactly what he's trying to say. I agree with his first part. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to remember whether Jason Tatum played in that game or not if you win a gold medal. And I think if you're Jason Tatum, you actually gain more out of it if you're a pro, and he has been, the way he's handled it. I mean, who cares? You win a gold medal. Draymond just mentioned all the stuff he got. I mean, is it going to be is everybody going to look at him and go, yeah, but you didn't play in that one game in the Olympics? No one's going to care. Again, no one. You tell me what Draymond Green averaged in the Olympics he played in. Nobody knows. Nobody cares what he played in. So I agree with his. And look, someone's not going to play. This isn't participation trophy. This isn't Little League. Everyone doesn't get in at bat. So he's done it where guys haven't played, and then they've started the next game. Or they've played, or they didn't play, and then they play 18 minutes the next game. It's like, it's really, I think, in terms of the Olympic team, and I said this to Mark Spears, people just make up stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to talk about. Because they're just going over there and kicking everybody's asses so far.
Smoke Brazil today, yeah.
Hopefully there won't be something to talk about, because if there is something to talk about, that means they've lost. And then there'll really be something to talk about. Then it'll be, oh my God, how did that happen? So other than that, you got to try to, if you're a writer or you're talking about this stuff on a podcast or your radio show or whatever, you got to try to find an angle that makes it interesting. And there's really not much of an interesting angle other than who played, who didn't play, did Steve screw him, did Steve not screw him. I'm going to tell Steve, I go, God, if you win a gold medal, you're going to be the worst coach ever to win a gold medal in 4 championships.
Yeah, you're the worst plan. You won it, but it was the worst plan ever. Yeah,
people
not a good idea.
I don't like the way you went about it.
Yeah.
People are going to say you don't know what the hell you're doing.
He didn't win my way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, which is pretty funny. But Look, I mean, Draymond's got a podcast, so you got to fill some time, and that's the way you fill time. You basically argue against yourself for 5 minutes. You lay out one side of it, and you lay out the other side of it. I'm not sure exactly what side he's on, but I agree with the part that no one's going to care. No one knows what anybody averaged in any of those Olympics. Either they won the Olympics, and they're good, or they lost, and how in the hell did you lose? That's the story of the Olympics. No one cares what you average.
My favorite part is when he's like, this guy won an NBA title. He's on the cover of this. He's on the
2K.
cover of that. He's 99 in 2K ratings.
Highest paid player in the league.
He's the
more
highest
than
paid
me.
player in the league, biggest contract of all time. And his reward is just sitting on the bench. I was like, no, his reward was being the highest paid player in the league. I was like, I thought we just said that. I was like, his reward is totally different for that stuff than it is for your reward is the championship. And then your reward is the contract. Like, there's no reward. You're a great enough player, one of the best in the world, so you're on this team. That's all there is. And then once you're on the team, it's up to the coach to put you in.
Yeah.
All right, more Draymond Green, because we never get enough of him. He's at, I believe, his camp, his summer camp, and he's talking to some high schoolers that are trying to play like Steph Curry, and they're actually trying to complain like Draymond, and he's not having any of it.
But y'all chasing the game like all young dudes do. Come down, I need to get a three. And ain't nobody Steph Curry. But everybody want to get to three. Shooting it well. But you took 3 bad ones in a row. Or you took 2, one of y'all took another one. Right? And then y'all cried about every call that was called. I get a lot of texts. So I'm actually fucked up on that part. But it's also cost me $2.5 million. Which is more money than probably everybody in here paying to make that ain't a rich kid. It's probably 50 times the amount of money my mom made in her life. So it'll cost you. And also, what have y'all done to get calls? I was this close from, by the way, not giving y'all one. And there's nothing any of y'all can say. So why are we crying about calls? It's pick up. He ain't say nothing about a foul. He ain't say nothing about a foul. Say, yo, we still had the ball. And y'all crying about every call. Why? Who's done something? I just want to know which one of y'all done something. Quite frankly, I don't think any of y'all have done anything. But that's just me. But it's a lot of niggas good in high school. By the way, everybody good in high school. Also, I wasn't high ranked. And all the niggas ranked before me, where are they? So it really don't mean anything. It means you good right now. Which means you're more likely to stop working right now. That's all it means. So stop crying about the calls. Play. Play smart. Y'all took 6 bad threes that game. Why? Quite frankly, I can't keep up with you going to the rim right now. So read the game. Settling for threes for what? Then I said something, you had to pick and pop 3, wide open, you dribbled it. You hit the mid-range, but that was the one to take. But because you took 3 bad ones before it, now you can't take the good one. Think the game, man. Stop crying. Everybody crying about a foul, crying about a travel, crying about this. And ain't nobody proved nothing. And all the guys crying are the ones that ain't done nothing. Come on, man. Let's have a good run. That's good. And we'll take the game.
So
that was rich.
That was palpably. That's too
that
rich
was
almost.
Rich.
I mean,
almost felt
motivating,
like
but very hypocritical.
I felt like Lieutenant Frank Drebin when he said, "And where the hell was I?" Because that story was meandering. That was like, we're here, we're over here, we're back here, we're over here, we're back there. But the fact that he was getting on them for crying about calls, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. And again, he's funny when he does that. It was almost like his last clip where he says one thing and then he takes it opposite. And this wasn't really the opposite, but he's like, you know, he talks about him getting fined and how much money he's been fined. So it's bad to complain. And then he gets on them for complaining, yet he does complain, and he has been fined $2.5 million. It was just, he's a beauty, boy. He is an absolute beauty.
I would make the case that was just Draymond arguing and complaining right there. That just sounded like a long Draymond complaint. Like at one point, like 30 seconds in, I was like, okay, all right, dude. All right, we're still going. Like, no wonder refs tee him up. Like,
what if the campers would have gave him a tee? What if one of the campers would have stood up and given
Just
him
blew
a
a
tea?
whistle and was like, you know what, that's it.
Yeah. I've had enough of you.
True Blue says, what if he just punched a kid? Just walks over and knocks a kid out. And the kid's like, nice, you're going to pay me $130 million now and then trade me.
Oh, my
I'm going to go to Washington's camp.
Oh, gosh. That is good stuff.
All right, next one we have. This one's more visual. So we were debating this yesterday. Do we have the Billy Joe Armstrong video? Okay. Tom, did you hear about this? Lead singer of Green Day going to
know him, yes.
the Rogers Center.
They were playing up in Toronto this week. This last weekend, they were up in Toronto.
Yes, Green
Toronto.
Yeah, so Green Day was playing in Toronto, and Billy Joe Armstrong is a very, very loyal Oakland A's fan. And he's been seen more at Ballers games. So he's been more supportive of the Ballers because everything going on with the team.
There's a hallway in the Rogers Center. It's got like every team's logo in black and white, just like on the wall in this long hallway. So you guys can watch the video down here. I said to Derek yesterday and to Walter on the stream here, I was like, you guys see this Billy Joe Armstrong thing? And immediately Derek goes, yeah, that's fake. It's not real. I was like, what do you mean it's fake? And he goes, no, it's not fake because the Rogers Center hasn't complained. Billy Joe Armstrong spray paints a green bee over the Oakland A's logo and then puts, like there's video of him actually doing it and then crosses out the Athletics and it just says Oakland Bees.
Yeah, can we play the video, Michael,
the
just
video
real quick?
Yeah. Derek thinks it's fake. There you go. So you see the video there. It's on the stream down there. Derek called BS and said it's fake.
Well, the visual evidence seems to me like an Instagram filter that you can just just spray that over.
It's an actual video. He's in color. The walls are black and white and gray, and he's spraying it on the wall. The bee. And then
but we don't actually see him spray it.
That's the point. That got me thinking that it might be fake. Just because if you're going to videotape, if you're going to video it, why not show him?
Yes.
Spray painting the bee over the egg. They didn't show that part. The part they showed, I think they're showing the Rangers or the Mariners logo while he was doing the A's logo.
He's like kind of off screen doing it.
Yeah.
So well,
that's my point. Like, why not show that part?
Well, would you put yourself vandalizing anything on video?
Well, did he? Well, obviously, he's implying that he did it.
It's like running a red light that has the camera on it, but your hat's like pulled down. You're like, yeah, it's my car. It's me driving with that hat on. But is it me?
You can't tell it's me.
You can't tell.
Oh,
it's
you
me
think that would
entirely.
stand up in court? He actually has the paint in his hand that he's shaking. Goes, I didn't do it. You didn't see me do it, did you? I think the implication is yes, I did it, but I'm gonna go with Derek on this one. I'm not sure if that's real.
Thank you.
Here's my problem: is that Derek he's moved the goalpost on why he thought it was fake. Initially, he goes, "No, it's fake. It's an Instagram filter," and you hadn't even seen the video of him doing that yet. Then you saw the video.
I sent this video to you.
The Chronicle. No, you didn't.
Yes,
you sent
I
the
did.
logo to me. No,
Yes,
you did
I
not.
did.
You are so full of shit.
Tim, look,
you are so full of shit.
Pull up our Twitter, Instagram, or our DMs. I totally sent
that's
this.
private stuff. Don't pull up the DMs.
I'm not saying
I sent
on the
some
goddamn
off-color
thing.
stuff in that chat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. You don't want to send that.
Well, I'll lose my gig here.
No, I totally said, dude.
If you believe this is real, then you got to believe the Harbaugh fart is real. It's one or the other.
No.
It's
And by
real.
the way, my biggest point is, how has the Rogers Center not come out and said, Billy Joe Armstrong, what the hell are you doing? You can't spray paint this shit on our walls.
Because they thought we're just going to paint over this A's logo anyway next year. What difference does it make? Got a head start.
I'm calling bullshit on it.
No, I think it's real.
All right.
He's a rock star, man. It's rock and roll.
So on the show, Tober to Copes, it's tied 2-2. So you and Tim think it's real. Me and Tom thinks it's fake.
Yes.
All right. Fair enough.
My vote counts more. It's 3-2.
All right, last one here. Sure it does. Last one here. We got a funny news story of a Baltimore man arrested for indecent exposure.
Okay.
This is wild.
10-year-old Dwayne Townsend is charged with indecent exposure and disorderly conduct on several occasions dating back to November of 2018.
And you see, that's what the problem is. Now, it's a beautiful day. I want to come outside with my shirt off, and I was just jogging, trying to get my body back in shape. And all of a sudden, I get hit stick like I'm on Madden, just boom, out of nowhere by a cop. And, it scared the hell out of me. I was so scared, y'all, I didn't on myself. And I'm talking about I was wet. I was wetter than a whale in a bubble bath drinking a bottle of water, okay? And to myself, I said, indecent exposure? Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. What you want me to do? I'm a man. You want me to put on a bra? Man, that bra strap will snap like a bungee cord. Just go. And, you know, I just came out of court, and they just gave me 2 court dates. One for each titty.
I'm sorry. It's not a fantastic response. I'm sorry. I can't.
It was on the news,
Should have
dude.
gave him a court date for that stupid-ass Charlie Chaplin hat.
Dude, what is his hat he's wearing? It does not fit his head.
What the hell is
What
that
is he
thing? Come on,
wearing,
bro.
dude? Yeah.
That thing is, come on, man.
My favorite part is the sound effect on the bra. That thing will be like.
That was wet.
Oh, that dude's definitely rocking some C cups, though.
Whale in a bathtub drinking water.
There's no doubt about that. But that hat is killing me.
Yeah,
I mean, first of all, it's a bad hat, and it's about 3 sizes too small, too.
It's like a Mr. Peanut hat.
Yeah, he needs a monocle. Is what he
does need a
needs.
monocle.
He's on his way. Yeah, he's on his way to Marvin Gardens picking up that Monopoly. I think is what he's going to do.
Oh, my
Dude.
God.
That hat looks
What
ridiculous.
One for each titty.
Yeah, that's the best line. A ticket for each titty.
Oh, my God.
I just came out of court, and they just gave me 2 court dates. One for each titty.
What's better, that or our guy that was, I'm pulling in right now, I'm going to
That one was better because that was a saga.
That guy was better.
There was a saga behind that. Remember, he was like not guilty. He was actually like, they were like, it's a complete, after that, they were like, complete mistake. He shouldn't have had his license suspended. Turns out he should have. There's like 3 different tiers.
We all owed him an apology at one point, and then we didn't.
And then we had to reject the apology that we gave him. Dude.
Exactly.
Dude, my bad.
Sorry.
Dude.
We're taking that back.
He said it was embarrassing that he went viral, and then it turned out like it was for the right reasons. He's like, yeah, my bad. I should be in jail. That's my mistake.
Oh, my man never applied for a license in his life.
Bad.
That was fantastic.
Pulling in right now, and okay.
And okay.
Somebody said this guy's our next Hawk Tua. This guy. I don't
No,
think so.
no.
I don't think so.
No one wants to marry this guy. People want to marry the Hawk Tua girl.
Do they?
Oh, yeah.
Wild.
Young
I would
Tony.
imagine.
Young Tony's all over that.
Oh, yeah.
That seems like it's a Young Tony thing.
Yeah.
Young Tony.
Yeah, absolutely.
Freaky
Young
deaky
Tony's
Young
probably
Tony.
practicing his Hawk Tua. Just to make sure he gets it right.
Dude, get his reaction to that would be so fun. He'd be like, what? Come on, man. Come on.
What is that?
You get all
that's
worked
so
out.
gross.
Dude. Oh, dude.
What are you doing? It's gross.
I didn't know
Come
that's
on.
what that meant.
You gotta
Oh,
brush
spit? That's disgusting.
Brush your teeth. Let's go.
Oh,
Killing
dude,
me.
Tony.
Did you guys see this? Tim sent me this story about a week ago. I never got to it. The airline meal.
No.
Apparently, now I never thought that this would be a. I don't really eat on the airlines anymore. Like I don't, because you got to buy everything now.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy. It's crappy food to begin with. I'm not paying overpriced prices for crappy food. I don't even know if I'd pay it for decent food. But it's
International flights, they feed you. Like you get on like a fly to Australia, they feed you. Yeah, because you're on there for like 14 hours. I mean, those are so long. They give you 2 meals usually.
Are they any good?
You know, one of the ones I had on my way to Australia a couple of years back, maybe 5 years ago, wasn't bad. I've also I've had. They give you a meal on Hawaiian too, because that's like a 6-hour flight on Hawaiian Airlines, and they've given me
you get
like
your pog juice too.
Yeah, dude, yeah, and you'll get that hot towel that they throw at you. That thing's nice. But I've actually had a decent
nice.
4. It's never good, but 4 airplane food. It was serviceable. You know what I mean? Like I had a rice and teriyaki chicken or something one time that was this is fine.
How much?
No, I'm saying on an international on Hawaiian Airlines they just give it to you. It's part of your.
You don't have to get it ahead of time, to say I want this. Okay.
No, and then they give you options when you're on an international flight. They
Get a kosher meal.
Yeah.
Don't get a
So this
kosher
one's
meal.
interesting.
Chicken or steak? What would they want? Airplane. What's he asking me? He goes.
Oh yes, I had the fish.
Yeah. No, he goes. What were the options for dinner? Everybody who's had the fish has been sick. The options were chicken or fish. That's right. I remember. I had the lasagna.
Yeah. That's it.
That's the deal. So what do you got, Tom? What's the meal?
Instant noodles. Instant noodles, which you think would be good, right?
Top
you just pour hot
ramen,
water and you're good to go.
On a plane?
Except when you have turbulence.
Yeah.
Water starts flying everywhere.
That's
and
hot.
people are getting burned on the flight because of the instant noodles. So they had to discontinue. Korean Air discontinued its service of instant noodles in the economy class.
Tim's
because
laughing
people
his ass
getting
off.
burned, having turbulence, and damn hot water was flying.
Tim, I could just see him from behind. He was like chuckling really hard.
Just he was moving his shoulders up and down.
This is sort of a unique thing for me because when we put these stories together and we send them along, there's usually sound that
Yeah, it's all
accompanies
Tim.
with them. But this will be like a deep dive into my psyche where, like, when I see something like this that makes me this made me laugh because you just get the idea of bouncing around in a plane with a bunch of people with ramen cups, literally spraying it on their face. I mean, how many times would somebody have to get burned before they were like, yeah, this might not be the greatest idea we ever had?
This can't be the first time it's ever happened.
Right. Like, what did you get to, like, 500? And of course it was, like, economical, but, geez, like, yeah, ramen everywhere.
Well, the smart person would keep the cover on it until it cooled down a little
Yeah.
bit. Now, I don't know. It didn't say in the story, or at least I didn't read that far, whether they gave you the cup, the little styrofoam cup with the lid on it, or handed it to you with. Now, if they handed it to you with the lid off, then that's on them.
Is
That's
there any
brutal.
efficient way to do soup on an airplane? I mean,
Well,
maybe
no,
a
but if you
garbage.
get the little styrofoam cup and you keep the little lid on it, you can keep the lid on it for like 5-10 minutes, and it cools down. Then that wouldn't be. At least if it could still spill, but it wouldn't burn you. Like if you're trying, like if they gave it to you without the lid on it, you know how hot that water gets. I mean, in the first 10 seconds, if it's splashing around, yeah, you're gonna burn the hell out of somebody. Probably yourself, but maybe somebody else. That'd be brutal if you burn like a little 4-month-old baby, like on the face.
I don't think you'd be-
sorry about that, kid. Sorry about that. Oh, let me get that noodle off your cheek.
I don't know if you call it. I don't know if at that age you'd call it burning or cooking.
It's bad either way.
Either way, it's not good. He's medium rare. Yeah.
Either way, it's not good. So yes, I don't know how many flights it took Korean Air to figure out. Yeah, we're gonna have to bag this one. This is not working. I haven't had ramen, like cup of noodles. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Probably 30 years now. My daughter and son both like ramen. They have quite a bit of ramen. Ramen not great for sodium, by the way.
I've had ramen since yesterday, about 24 hours ago.
Oh, really?
I
You
ate
had
one
ramen
here at the
yesterday?
station. Yeah, I needed something.
Did you?
Yeah, and I had a cup noodle.
We turned the crap cam on one time. Michael in here did it, and I was housing a ramen, and everybody on the chat was like, that looks tasty.
Yeah, Tim made it at home.
Yeah. 50% salt and all on camera. Love it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So no ramen. You had your chance. It was short-lived, and you're gonna end up looking like. I mean, look, if it's hot enough, and the turbulence is strong enough, you could end up looking like Deadpool. Your face would just be all messed up.
True Blue
all
says.
burned.
True Blue says if the noodle sticks to the toddler's face, then it's done.
It's al dente.
Yeah, you throw it up, and then it's al dente if it sticks to the
Oh,
kid's
that's
face.
good stuff.
Yeah, it's
Give me
nice.
that noodle, kid. Sorry. This story about a lady who got busted for having a bag of drugs in her car. She got stopped in a traffic stop, and I forget exactly what happened. Wasn't all that remarkable, but they searched her car and spotted a bag of drugs. You know how they knew it was a bag of drugs?
It was labeled bag of drugs.
She said bag of drugs on it.
Did it really?
It was her actual bag of drugs.
It's like the NBA grab bag, but it's her lady's bag of
it's just
drugs.
a big-
Just
it's
a
a
big
big
potato
satchel.
sack.
Dope do you have to do in your lifetime to where you don't know that's your bag of drugs? You actually have to label it bag of drugs so you know it's your bag of drugs. Oh, let me go in there. Oh, that's my PB&J.
So many bags. I keep everything in bags.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my bag of drugs. Oh, there it is.
Like a
Oh,
socks.
man.
No, it's not here.
Yeah, I better label that one next time just so I know what my lunch is and what my bag o' drugs are.
Bag
That'd have
o.
been better if she'd have put bag o' drugs.
Yeah, with an apostrophe.
That would
got
have been
my-
even better.
I got my cup of noodle and a bag of drug.
It's like the
Okay, okay.
DuckTales thing where they got the bags and it just has the money on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly.
It just says drugs.
Yep.
Scrooge McDuck.
Every bank robber's got a sack over their shoulder with
Yeah.
the big money sign on the bag, dude. You're like, what is this about? We knew what you were taking,
Oh my God.
in case you were looking for it.
And then Tim sent me a story, and it was too bad because I thought it was a pretty, it's kind of a funny story, but it hit home. It hit home with me because I am that guy sometimes. Tim was making fun because he always tries to put funny headlines on all these stories, and he said we all know the dog in the lap moron, and then it went on to talk about a guy that carries a pit bull on his motorcycle.
Oh no!
In
not
the lap.
a car, a motorcycle.
Motorcycle.
That's tough.
But I am the moron that carries. Lou is on my lap when I take her for a ride. She's always on my lap.
You're not getting on your hog. You're not riding your Harley with Lou.
No, well, I don't have a Harley.
Does it have a hog?
Thank you.
Pole hog.
I'm not a pole vaulter. What are you talking about? So, but it's for like a short ride, like maybe like 3 or 4 miles. But she's not the best companion. She won't just go lay down. Maybelle was the best. Maybe I'd go to the passenger seat, and she would lay down and just chill until we got somewhere. But no, not Lou. Lou's got to be in my lap. Lou's got to be driving. Sometimes I'll put her hands on the wheel, and people will look at me kind of funny. 'Cause it's kind of like that scene from Groundhog Day. Don't drive angry. Don't drive angry. I'll let Lou get the wheel, put her little paws up there on the wheel, and
pretend she's driving and get a couple laughs out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chuckle
Drive
to
around
yourself.
a little bit. Yeah, and she enjoys it. So, yeah, I am that moron. But no, I've never had a pit bull on my lap driving a motorcycle.
No,
that one's probably a little extreme.
Yeah, that's totally different.
There's a guy that parks in our garage here that has a corgi that immediately jumps on his lap. So when he's driving off, the corgi's looking out the window on that side. And again, okay, if you have a small dog, sure, that's fine. But it's not a Great Dane, and more importantly, it's not a motorcycle. Like, the dog moves at all, you're done.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
You're going right into the other lane. So
Yeah, but at least a pit bull had a helmet on.
well,
7-4 Nats, by the way.
Ooh.
Just putting it out there.
Birdsong is out. Yeah.
Overspin. Now it's really an overspin.
So now how do you feel?
No.
Suckered me back in. Now I'm mad because I got sucked back in. Now I'm
You
just
got
pissed.
sucked back in.
That's okay. I'm looking for a split in this series.
You got to give it 2 more
You're looking
games.
for a
I'm
split?
looking for.
Well, now.
Well, what are the next 2 going to be?
Pitchers. Snell pitches tomorrow, right?
And
He pitched
Harrison?
on Friday. Is that
Should be
right?
Snell and Harrison. Yeah.
Snell and Harrison.
Snell and Harrison. Okay. Not well, and then look, this one's not over. It's 7-4. I think there's going to be a few more runs scored.
I think so too.
Also, that Nationals bullpen is putrid.
What inning are we in?
Bottom
I looked
three.
at the Giants
What?
too, and they didn't they have 7? Didn't they have a second, third last inning with 1 out? Didn't score.
They did.
Yeah, they're very good at that. In fact, that's probably what they're best at, which is not something that's really good to be best at.
Second,
Not
third, 1
scoring
out.
guys from
Bailey
third
lined
base.
out. Schmidt
Did he?
flied out.
No, okay, of course. They just they were. I don't want to say they refuse to score, but they make it tough on them. Tough on themselves. No doubt about it.
We got any more sound?
I think that's not on sound, but I just wanted to get one question to Tom out there. Tom, how do you cook your steaks?
Medium rare.
Okay, no, but like, do you put it on the grill? Like, what's your technique?
Oh, dude, this thing.
Oh, I do grill.
Okay.
My
Or
son
stovetop
does.
if you gotta, right?
My son does cast iron. He likes the
There you go.
Cast
Yeah,
iron's
yeah.
good. Cast iron's a
yeah,
good way
he
to go.
He likes the cast iron because of the heat, and he can get the butter and put the butter on. Just keep putting the butter over the steak and everything. That's a little too much for me. I like to do them all at one time, so I will put them on the grill. Usually, I go 5 minutes on the first side, 4 minutes on the second
That's it.
side,
There you go.
and that ends up being medium rare. Now, the funny thing is, I can do my steaks medium rare. Like I usually cook a pretty good steak. I cannot get my burgers medium rare. For some reason, it's always underdone
Or way over.
or all the pinks out of it. And I hate. I do not like if I hate getting a good piece of meat and then there's no pink. It's like, oh, what did I do to this thing? What am I doing?
Yeah.
I spent all this money on this meat, but no, I'm a grill guy just because it's easy. Grab a beer, grab some music, turn it on, and go out there and cook them up.
All right. Well, I get all
Hey,
that.
Derek, how do you cook your steaks?
Well, Tom, have you ever
Freak.
you ever broiled a steak?
I don't think I have.
Okay. I mean, hey, if you have a grill, I would use it. But I don't cook on the stovetop. I put my steaks in the oven. I put it on low broil.
Okay.
And I cook it for about 15 minutes.
Dude, he told me 20 minutes this morning, and me and John Lund were like, so you
No.
well done
You
steak?
guys think like it's burned or charred or
You
well
said
done.
20 minutes in the broiler.
It's a low broil. It has to cook that long. And it comes out pretty good.
Why do you cook it so
Well,
long?
I think Steve Young's a big. We talked to Steve Young. He gets steaks. Like I think it's what Christmas time gets
Yeah.
steaks. He's a big oven guy for the steaks.
See?
I know a lot of people that like cooking their steaks in the oven. So I've never done it, but you probably get a more even cook, I would imagine, in the oven than you do elsewhere.
Yeah, I've been cooking steaks like that for 33 years, and so
33 years.
I think it's been very effective.
Is that a Greg touch
How
you to cook
old
a
were
steak?
you when you first cooked your first steak?
Greg wasn't helping me out the womb, cooking steaks. I don't even like steaks.
You've ever cooked this, Derek?
Cook? What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
You're lucky. You're lucky I even buy it.
My chef never cooks them in the oven. I like a nice pork chop.
Yeah. Yesterday I did this. I'm going to give everybody a great recipe. This is incredible. If you like shrimp, if you don't like shrimp, then screw it. You're not going to like it. But it's the easiest thing. It's super light, and it's super easy. So you get about a pound and a half of shrimp.
Okay.
Get some pasta, fettuccine, linguine, spaghetti, whatever kind of pasta you want. Cook the shrimp about 4 or 5 minutes aside. Take it out of the pan, wok, whatever you have, and then put in some crushed red pepper, some garlic, olive oil, and I think that's it. Yeah. Let that cook for about a minute, and then you put in about 2 pounds of cherry tomatoes. Throw the cherry tomatoes in there, put the lid on, let it cook for about 15 minutes till the tomatoes burst and all the juices come out. Then you already have the pasta cooked. Then you throw the pasta in there. Take about a half a cup of the pasta water, throw it in there, and then put the shrimp back in there, and then stir it all together, and you got yourself some shrimp, cherry tomato, red pepper, pasta. You're good to go.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Sounds good.
Cooking tips. I think it'll be a feature here.
And that's your Tom Stew update.
You got yourself a stew.
Somebody asked, by the way, I think it was Ernie, said, does Derek throw it in the microwave after he pulls out of the broiler?
Yeah. Or
I'm glad we have a picture of a shrimp up there.
Just threw like shrimp pasta up on the screen. What the hell are you guys doing?
No, the Ernies know me well. I do have to pop it in the microwave on
you?
occasion. Yeah, if it didn't cook all the way, yeah.
Because it's a crazy way to cook a steak.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
I think if you do it on a broiler, you're supposed to do it high and do it for like much quicker than 20 minutes.
I probably should put it on high.
Well, it's like the reverse sear idea, where you get a nice big scald on it and then cook it low and slow so it cooks through. But you're doing it in a microwave.
Hey, Derek goes, I throw it in for 20 minutes, just see what happens, and then I microwave the rest if I need to.
As long as I don't get violently ill the next day, I think it's a good steak.
Oh, dude. I'm guessing none of these are medium rare. That's my guess.
Oh, my God.
Once you microwave,
It's pretty medium.
You put peanut butter on it, too?
It's mid.
A little jelly, yeah.
Put a little peanut butter, and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
I saw
You
Derek
got yourself
today.
a steak with peanut butter.
I saw Derek today. His backpack was open by his desk. I was like, "Would you pick up some breakfast? Get a big ass box of Rice Krispies."
Yeah, it's easy.
You know, they come in that big box. He like wedged it into his backpack. Like didn't totally fit.
On my way to work, I was like, I need some cereal. There you go.
What kind of cereal we go? I got, you know what I got, and Camila's favorite cereal, which is cool because we can buy the same cereal, but like every once in a while I want a bowl of it and it's gone because she's eaten it all. She's a big cereal at night fiend.
Okay.
She comes down like just about every night and says she wants some cereal. So what she gets is the Oops All Berries.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. I love the Oops All Berries, and I was gonna have some last night. Gone. She wrecked him. She
Wrecked him?
took the yeah.
Nearly killed him.
Took the she did kill him. She absolutely killed him. They're absolutely gone. But we kind of run the gamut in the cereal cupboard. We have the Oops All Berries. We have the Honey Bunches of Oats.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's good.
We have Cheerios.
Yep.
And then we have granola.
Okay.
So I got two or three different types of granola, but
Jay Stamps on the feed here jumped in. He said, "Do you do Uncrustable wrap steaks?"
Yeah,
I might try it out. So Tom, you don't go for sugary cereals.
not as much anymore. I used to all the time. I still like them. Like top 5 sugary cereals of all time. All time.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I had last night.
Cinnamon Toast
I had a bowl
Crunch
last night,
is
late night,
ranked
yeah.
top 3 easy. For me, Cap'n Crunch, Horatio Crunch is top 5.
Horatio Crunch.
That's his name, Horatio.
Captain Horatio Crunch. This is
Yeah,
fact.
exactly. Captain Horatio Crunch. That's his name. That's an easy one. For me, I'll slide in the Peanut Butter Crunch, too, just for the hell of it.
Okay.
I'm a big, big, big Peanut Butter Crunch guy. And then after that, it kind of starts trailing off. Like, I guess I'll go Cocoa Puffs. I could go Cocoa Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles?
One or the other. I like Fruity Pebbles, too. I was thinking about that, but I'd probably go Cocoa Puffs before that.
Okay.
And then after that, I could go Fruity Pebbles.
Frosted Flakes?
I like the
yeah,
flakes.
I do. That was my dad's favorite. My dad
love
loved
that.
Frosted Flakes. I don't know if I'd put that in the top 5,
What about
but
Kicks? You guys coming on Kicks?
Kicks is awful. You can kick rocks with Kicks.
Seriously, eat me. I'll have some
Kicks
pops,
is
but I'm not eating
terrible.
Kicks.
Kid tested,
True
mother
Blue.
approved.
True
Like,
Blue
great
was all in on
band.
Kicks. Sorry, man.
Great band.
Terrible band.
Terrible cereal. Terrible cereal. It's like they tried to fool you. It's like they rhymed it with Trix. Like, hey, Trix is good.
Yeah.
So is Kicks. I'm like, no, Kicks is ass. Okay, Kicks is terrible. I don't want Kicks. Kicks isn't Grape Nuts level bad, but it's bad. Grape Nuts is the worst.
Chip a tooth on a grape nut.
Yeah, it's gravel.
Gravel enema.
It's like putting milk on gravel is what it is. And then people say, well, you got to give it 8-10 minutes, and I'm like, look, if you got to wait 8-10 minutes for your cereal to be ready,
I don't think so.
It's not worth it.
No.
Okay, beat it with the Grape Nuts. So the Grape Nuts is awful, but yeah, I still love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Is probably that and Captain Crunch are the two go-tos. Like if I'm gonna go get some sugar cereal, those will be two. And the problem is, you go to the store now, and they have these specials, right? Like Kellogg's will have them, or Post will have them, and you match them, and they're like, cereal's expensive. It's like $7 a box, but you can get it for like $1.99 a box if you buy like 3 boxes in the same family, like the Post family or something like that. So you'll be like, oh damn, I'll just get 6 of them then. And then you look at your cereal cupboard, you're like, oh, that's all I got is sugar cereal in here. It's like I've transported back to 82. Back in my old so I always try to mix in some Cheerios, but for the most part I don't eat a lot of cereal. I do the overnight oats. You just put oats milk in a little container and throw it in the fridge, and you can drink it the next morning. Or the Bobo bars, the oat bars, and that's usually my breakfast. That's about it.
Yeah, cereal's more my snack now. I'm not eating it as a meal. It's like a snack I'll have like the afternoon or the evening. Like
Walker likes that too. Like after dinner, he'll
dude, that's like a dessert. Yeah,
cinnamon
toast crunch last night.
Something sweet. I'm like, what are you doing? A bowl of cereal? He goes, yeah, a little dessert.
It's beautiful.
Right.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good snack.
Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Yeah, I usually eat cereal pretty much every day for breakfast, and I don't do the sugary stuff. I usually just go either Rice Krispies, Corn Chex, or Cheerios.
Ooh,
sprinkle sugar on it like a kid.
No.
Cinnamon Chex are good too.
So when I was a kid, my parents wouldn't buy me the sugar cereals, so they would buy me
Who
like
the
the.
fuck
Who the fuck is talking? Who is?
That was the first F-bomb that Tom. Like, who the fuck's this guy?
Yeah, who the fuck is this?
All right, never mind.
That was fantastic. No.
All right,
Michael,
can I continue?
Michael
Go ahead.
Connell, by all
Go
means.
ahead.
All right.
It's like 2 hours in, you decided to jump in.
Because Mike's been on for like 25 minutes. He was waiting to get in.
Go
We
ahead.
just wouldn't let him.
Please share.
I'll tell you how I cook a steak.
Yeah, anyway, we're still talking about steaks?
Yeah, go
When
ahead.
I was a kid, my parents wouldn't buy me the sugary cereals. They would buy me the bland cereals. And so I would get the bland cereals and just pour sugar over it. Or I'd get Kicks, and then I'd pour like cocoa powder, hot chocolate powder over it. So I'd have a loophole.
So why would they let you have hot chocolate but not sugar cereal?
Because hot chocolate was like a special occasion, cereal would be like, like an everyday thing. They didn't want me eating this.
Yeah.
I get that. I'd have strict parents like you.
Yeah.
Well, you would, I would do the same thing because we had Cheerios, we had Rice Krispies. And now you just pour the Rice Krispies or the Cheerios into the bowl and you eat them. They're fine. And I like them. But back then, you're a kid. You're used to eating the sugar cereals, so that tasted like garbage. You didn't want like just straight Rice Krispies or straight Cheerios, so you'd get the sugar out, and you'd sprinkle the sugar on top of the Rice Krispies or on top of it. More so the Rice Krispies, I think, than the Cheerios. So you'd put the sugar on it, and then you'd eat it, and then, man, you want to talk about a glucose high.
Yeah, it's a nice kick.
You got that sugar, that's thick, syrupy, milky sugar at the bottom of the bowl that you would just drink. You could run to school in like 10 flat, and it was like a half a mile to school, but you were wired at the end of that. The crash was hard. Like about an hour later, the crash was brutal, but man, that sugary milk at the end of it, that was good stuff right there. That was solid. Mom was like, where's all the sugar? I don't know. Maybe the ants got into it. Not sure what happened to it. Are you putting sugar in the cereal again? Nope, not me.
I wouldn't if you bought good cereal, Mom. You know?
Wouldn't yeah.
If you buy me some good cereal, I won't have to deal with it.
Garbage.
Keep buying grape nuts.
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah,
I
my
think
mom
it was
never bought
11
grape
grams or under. That was the cutoff. 11 grams of sugar.
Jeez, what?
Is that what it is?
Up?
You cook it in the kitchen?
What's that?
His mom's like, we check the grams before we
No,
buy.
yeah, we
Check the grams.
We check the sugar content on the side of the box.
Jeez, thank God.
They're all the same.
Tough life.
You look at all the sugar cereals; they're all pretty much the exact same.
Yeah, they're all around 12 conveniently. They're one above what my parents allowed me to get.
So that was all part of the plan. Was we're going to put it at 11, and then he'll never find anything that he wants. And then you can't watch a PG.
Kicks.
You can't watch a PG-13 movie until you're 13 either.
There you go. Right. And then every once in a while, you'll get a cereal. I think Honeycomb's one of those cereals that you look at serving size, and they're all 3/4 of a cup. But Honeycomb's a cup. There's a couple cereals out there that you get like an extra 1/4 of a cup for all the calories and sodium and whatever protein they have in it and sugars and stuff like that. And the reason I know this is because I would eat when I had my surgery. Before I started taking all my meds and everything, I was just like, well, I'm going to try to cut down on the sodium. I still kind of do. Actually, the way I cut down on sodium is I just don't eat as much. I still eat the same stuff.
Abstinence, best way to
I
prevent pregnancy.
I just don't eat as much as I used to.
You know, the best contraception,
But-
Tom.
Exactly.
Abstinence. Yeah.
But Honeycomb doesn't have any, I think it was Honeycomb doesn't have any sodium. No, it's Corn Pops. Corn Pops.
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
Gotta
any
have my
sodium.
Pops. Yeah.
So there's like 3 or 4 cereals that didn't have any sodium in it. Mini Wheats, another one, no sodium or really low sodium. So that's what I started eating like right after I got out of the hospital. I was eating those type of cereals. But I always appreciated Honeycomb because Honeycomb had a 1 cup serving size. And I don't know if you guys know it, but Honeycomb's big. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what I saw? Oh, now that I'm thinking about this, you guys haven't watched the entire Pete Rose special, have you?
No.
I haven't even started it yet, but I want to.
Okay, so there's a part you guys are going to die when you see it. I forget if it's episode 3, episode 4, but Pete was doing commercials, and he did this one commercial, and he hit this ball like over the wall, and then all of a sudden, guess who busted through the wall?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Kool-Aid man? Nice.
I go, Pete was in a Kool-Aid commercial?
Oh, yeah.
I go, that's amazing. I go, that's amazing. Yeah, he hits it. And Pete's like, what the? And like Kool-Aid dude busts through the wall and he goes, oh, yeah.
Oh, you have it?
There it is. Very nice. Very nice.
Okay, rookie. Play ball.
Play ball.
Wager on the Reds.
Yeah, exactly. Just afterwards.
I was
taking the spread
dying
tonight?
when I saw that.
He's like, I wouldn't take us today.
Still got them jugs, though.
Still got those
Still
jugs.
got those jugs,
Kool-Aid,
huh?
man?
There's a Kool-Aid.
Jugs. Thank you.
Carry him with me wherever I go. Oh, yeah.
How many episodes is in that Pete Rose documentary?
4.
Just 4? Okay.
Yeah, there's 4 of them, yeah.
All right.
No, it's pretty good. Like a lot of it, they go over the same ground.
Yeah.
Like it's not a lot of new stuff, but it is kind of, it's cool. I love all the old baseball stuff. Watching him with the Reds. I guess him and Johnny Bench didn't get along all that well when they were with the Reds together, and then he wanted to be the highest paid baseball player in the game.
You don't say.
The Reds didn't want to pay him that.
Y'all didn't. He'll find a way.
But the Phillies did, so that's why he went to Philadelphia. Because I think he was making $1 million a year, and that was the highest paid player, which is funny to think about now.
Right.
But that was in the late 70s. He was $1 million a year and the highest paid player on the team. But yeah, I mean it was interesting. But again, a lot of the same stuff. What you think about Pete Rose, you'll probably continue to think about Pete Rose. Like he doesn't take any accountability for anything. Like, haven't I suffered long enough? Hasn't it been? Shouldn't I be in by now? Wouldn't I be just like
When he dies,
probably,
bro. Lifetime
you probably
ban.
could have been in if you'd have got it. Like if he would have got it, I think he would have been in. Like if he'd have been contrite and just said, "God, I screwed up. Yes, I bet on baseball. I have an addiction, and I'm gonna go get." But At the very end, he said that he stopped betting, which I can't imagine anybody believes him. But he just said it wasn't fun anymore. I've stopped betting.
He lives in Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny place to live.
Well, that's where he
for
does a
somebody
lot of
who doesn't
his
gamble memorabilia stuff and signings.
Yeah, memorabilia
just the
stuff.
saddest thing to see, too. Like, you're walking down, you just see Pete Rose in one of those memorabilia. It's just like,
You know, the funny thing is, though, like, all the ex-players, like, loved him. Like, Reggie Jackson was sitting next to him doing a signing. Tony Perez was sitting next to him doing a signing. He did some stuff with Ken Griffey Jr. and guy who else was there. I know Joe Morgan was a huge fan of his, like, trying to get him into the Hall of Fame. But, like, a lot of these players, I'm sure not all of them, but a lot of them, man, they just, I mean, they're totally on his side. They think he should be in the Hall of Fame, want him to be in the Hall of Fame, fans of Pete Rose. And I find it interesting that so many of those players are like seemingly on his side on this one when he was so clearly in the wrong. And maybe that's part of why, you know, he's still kind of, kind of held his ground on it is the players think he should be in. The players think he's served his, and like maybe he just feels emboldened to say what he wants to say because all the players feel the same way when he just doesn't realize like that's not the way to go about it. And he hasn't realized it since the jump. He hasn't realized it, and he hasn't really changed his stance, which is too bad.
Yeah, somebody checked it on the text line or on the YouTube chat. It said, what does anything off field have to do with your with on the field stuff? I mean, where's the line that you draw on ethical issues? My line is you can't. That was on the field stuff. He was playing and managing games in which
you can't do that.
He gambled. And again, for baseball, this is what everybody will ask. Well, wasn't he only betting on himself to win? That's what he claims. And even if that were true, he knows he's betting tomorrow's game. He's managing today's game differently. He knows what pitchers he's going to use. You know, it's also, again, this is the one thing that stands out to me. The rule didn't start with Pete Rose. I might have a different opinion about putting him in if the rule hadn't existed since 1920. Yeah. Which is you bet on a game while you're playing professional baseball, you are banned for life. He knew the punishment. He knew what the outcome of his actions were if and when he were caught. And yet people are still going, well, no, it's been long enough. The rule wasn't, well, if you act contrite or you seem like it's okay after a certain amount of time because he's the hit king, he deserves to go in. No question. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. In my mind, there's a lifetime ban. I know it sounds cruel. He should go in, and it should be recognized when he passes. That's the way I feel about it. Or just don't put him in at all. But to me, to say, well, it's been such a long time, then what are we doing? Gambling's more prevalent now than ever. What? That's moving the line. That's saying, well, it's not as serious of an offense as we acted like it was. So for me, there's absolutely no way.
When it comes to the integrity of the game, what he did is worse than murder. It just is. When it comes to the integrity of the game. Is it worse in the real world? Of course not. You're betting on a game. You murdered somebody. Of course murdering somebody. But he's not going to jail. He didn't go to jail for this. He went to jail for tax evasion, but he didn't go to jail for betting on baseball. He got banned from the sport. And by the way, he was still making close to $4 million a year in signings. So it's not like he was living a destitute life, okay? He's not in the Hall of Fame. He did that to himself. Like, if he murdered somebody, he might be in the Hall of Fame, but he'd be in jail, I mean, if he were convicted. So, yes, there are a lot of things that are worse than betting on baseball in the real world. But when you talk about the sport itself, betting on baseball is the worst crime you can commit. It just is. I mean, look, unless you take a bat to someone's head on the field and kill someone.
Shout out Johnny Roseborough and Juan Marichal. That did happen.
But, I mean, you can bet, and everybody always brings up, well, look at the leagues today. They're taking money from all, DraftKings and FanDuel and all the gambling outfits, and now they're making money off of it. And I always say, and? You still can't bet on your own sport. Every sport says that. You can bet if it's legal, but not on your own sport. And certainly not on your own team. I mean, you can't do that. You can't turn the sport into WWE.
Yeah.
It's got to be legitimate. You got to feel like the contest you're watching on the field is legitimate. It's not choreographed. It's not set up. There's not some strings being pulled to where one team has an advantage over the other. That's one thing every sports fan, I think, can agree on. They want to feel like what they're watching is real, and it's fair, and each team has a shot at it. So when Pete Rose is doing that, you can't tell me that it was fair. Each team had a shot. He could say, well, I was just betting on myself. But unless you bet the same amount every single game of the year, then if you bet, like, let's say bet $2,000 a game. If you bet $2,000 a game on the Reds, 162 games, and I'd say, okay, fine. Look, you're doing the same thing every single game.
And you're trying to win every single game because you're betting every single win, but we're not convinced of that. Yeah.
It's still not right. Exactly. No, nor am I. So, yeah. I mean, it sucks, but he did it to himself. Yeah. And the thing is, he continues to do it to himself.
And he knew the rules. Like, again, somebody here says something about Bonds, too. And I'm like, the difference is there was no rule for steroids in our lifetime. Like, if the rule when Bonds, and again, Bonds still hasn't tested positive, but if steroid users, there was a rule that said, show me the positive test.
Jesus, Copes.
I'm just saying. I'm
Look
thinking
at his
face.
Look at his head. I'll show you a batting helmet.
Nobody's disputing steroid use, and Bonds is tied to it in professional baseball. My point is, had there been an established rule from the 1960s where if you take anything that is an amphetamine or something that enhances you, you're automatically banned, then we'd say, okay, well, that's the rule. It's been established. It didn't start with Pete Rose. He knew the rule when he broke it. It's still a rule. And he broke it anyway, and he knew what the punishment was. That's why I'm like, I'm good. I'm good with the punishment. By the way, Tacky says...
But they did have a rule. You couldn't take steroids. They just had no test for it.
They had no test for it.
Which is dumb.
Right, which was dumb.
It's
and that's what,
you can't carry a weapon on the plane, but we don't have any
we don't have the X-ray,
way to tell. We don't have X-rays. We don't have metal detectors. So we're just going to... it's like the honor bar. Right? We're just going to trust you that you're not drinking this booze up there. So please don't do that. Now what do? I mean, you sneeze and move one of those bottles, you get charged $7.50. It's like, whoa, no, don't move. Oh, no. It broke the electronic seal. Oh, beep. Oh, that's $7.50. Because what people used to do is they would take them out, drink them, and fill them up with water and put them back in there. Now, if you just move them a little bit, they charge you for them. So, look, it was illegal, but they didn't have a test for it. So, is that the integrity of the game? Yeah. I think to a lesser extent, it's the integrity of the game because it's not like Pete was betting on baseball and 300 other players were betting on baseball too.
Right, exactly.
Like how many players were taking steroids? Like that we'll never know. We'll never know who else was taking steroids. And again, it doesn't make it right. There's no doubt in my mind that if Bonds didn't take steroids, he wouldn't have beaten Hank Aaron. There's no way. Would he be in the Hall of Fame? Absolutely he'd be in the Hall of Fame. This guy's one of the best players of all time. But, the hubris and the need to show everybody how much better you could be. Then, you read the book Game of Shadows and Mark McGwire and Sosa getting all the adulation and the love because they had home runs. And you can see where Bonds is coming from. He's looking at going, are you kidding me? These guys?
Yeah.
Like
I was already better than these guys.
Close to me,
and he was a way better hitter than McGwire. I mean, McGwire was a good power hitter, but he wasn't a good hitter like that. He was
way better than both those guys.
They
weren't even in the same class as him. Like not even close. And you could see where he's like, "Well, okay, I'm going to take it and show you," and he did. And it was like it was like giving Zeus steroids. Like he was already the best player in the game. He just became a god at that point. But that's kind of the sad part about it. I mean, he has a home run record, and he has, the last 5 years of his career were just sick. You look at his numbers and all the black agate in the baseball. It's absurd, the numbers he put up. But he was putting up numbers before that. Like, you look at all the years he had over 1,000 OPS before those years.
Yep. Stolen bases, walks, he's still doing it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Great, just a great athlete. Like, that's kind of the sad part about it was if he did not take steroids, I still got to say allegedly.
Show me the test. That's my fair. Show me the test.
Show me the test. Like he would be considered, top 10 easy, maybe top 5, 6, right around there somewhere. Like he'd be one of the greatest of all time.
He would have still been 500, which would have been crazy.
I mean, absurd how good he was. I mean, he was still good, but he doesn't have to get back the money. Like he's not getting in the Hall of Fame, but he got that $90 million contract at the end of his career when maybe he wouldn't have. But yeah, I mean, look, that I can see where people look at that and say, look, that's kind of an affront against the game too, the integrity of the game. But my whole point to that is, I'm not going to disagree with you, but the pitcher could have been on him too.
Yep,
and he was still crushing. He was still crushing those
The note
dudes,
I always give you, dude, is Bonds hit 755 off of Clay Hensley in San Diego. he had previously been suspended for steroids.
Yeah.
Like, and Clay Hensley's like a whatever journeyman,
Yeah.
ERA over 4 or whatever for his career. Like, again, it was all over the game. So I think we're getting ready to sign off here, dude.
Let's do it.
I think we're getting out of here. Thanks for hanging out.
I think me and Walter are going to continue on for till 6, but by all means, you guys.
Yeah. Tom and I are getting out of here. You guys enjoy Walter and Derek. You guys can play Madden or something?
No, Madden. We're just going to. No, we're just going to, bullshit and talk about whatever.
Hang out?
Yeah.
All right,
Tom.
Yeah. Go hang out. I'm going to go take a beautiful dump. I'm going to go take it right now.
The likes of a dump we've never seen.
Oh, it's going to be so beautiful.
Walk in the room, smell the dump.
Walked in the room, smell the dump. I said, that's a dump.
I think it may be a one wiper.
We love the dumps, don't we? We love the big one wipers. The one wipers are my favorite.
I can dump bigger than you.
Until tomorrow. Take it away, Derek.
Oh, my God.
All right, Tom, I'll see you tomorrow, bro.
All right, see you guys.
Coming up next, Walter and Derek on the Sports Leader.
Check, mic check, 1 2 1 2, mic check. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hottest spot in New York City on a Saturday night. You already know who it is, your boy DJ Finesse, official bad boy DJ. The rules are simple: get to the bar, get your drinks on, take care of your bartenders and your waitresses, please. For my VIP ballers, shot callers, we got a booth of bottles for y'all. I'm about to bring up my man, he about to host the night tonight. Shouts to Master Ace, officially in the building.
Hey yo, y'all came up in the spot cause y'all heard that it was hot. Even though a week ago somebody was shot. They said the cops came and swarmed the whole block and shut the club down, but nope, they did not. Cause the spot's so packed, you can barely even walk. The music's so loud, it's impossible to talk. Y'all just point where y'all wanna go, glass held above. The crowd, you don't spill a drop, ladies showing love. You got 3 in the VIP, waiting patiently. It's gonna be a crazy night, just you wait and see. You got chicken wings, champagne, fruit on the platter. Spending all this money like the loot don't matter, but it does. Y'all know what it is, y'all know what it was. Y'all ain't got no riches, y'all just stunting for the bitches. Y'all ain't having fun, y'all just fronting for the pitches. It's funny how your whole style switches up in the spot. Brooklyn, New York, we in the spot. Everywhere you go, we in the spot. All the way down south, we in the spot. Even on the west coast, we in the spot.
And yeah, y'all came up in the spot cause y'all thought that y'all was hot. Every fella's plot is to try to get a shot. Cause the skirt's so short, goes right up to the twat. Acting like you're not showing everything you got, but you are. Got the twins pushed all up in that bra. You and all your friends looking all up in that car. You gon' need a telescope to really see a star. Cause that ain't who you think it is. A lot of drinking is the absolute plan. This is not a spot to find a man. And you looking for a prince, are you dense? Want a man with dollars, but this ain't making sense. Baby girl, you striking out, swinging for the fence. Alcohol strong, you can barely even talk. Heels so high, you can barely even walk. Blue drink, green drink, yellow drink, red. Colors of the rainbow settled on your head in the spot.
New York, we in the spot. Everywhere you go,
what are we listening to here, Michael?
All the way down south, we in the spot. Even on the west coast, we in the spot.
What is this song?
We in the spot.
All right, Joe, it's gonna do it for the Saturday night.
Can't even hear you.
Hottest spot in New York City, you know what it is.
Oh, there we go.
DJ Finesse.
Master
Shouts to my
A.
man, Master Ace, for coming through, hosting the night.
In the spot.
Get the ball
In
right
the
now,
spot.
take care of your bartenders.
What's going on, everybody? We're back on KNBR off air, but we're going to do this little brief because I kept Walter waiting for too long because Tom just had to keep blabbing. So he went home. So I'm just going to finish things off for you. Real quick, we won't keep this going for much longer. So I'll just say that this Brandon Aiyuk thing is escalated to the point.
Please enjoy the music while your party is reached.
Ooh, keeps going.
You know it's recording, right?
Okay. I was digging that beat. So yeah, the latest with Aiyuk is the music still bumping?
So do the ladies and then do the.
Ah, there we go. Okay, thank you, Michael. Yeah. So last night, Matt Mayoko, or as Peter Schrager called him, Matt Mayakoko. Still find that just ridiculous. That's extremely disrespectful. Peter Schrager should know who Matt Mayoko is. Anyway. Mayoko last night had the report that the Niners had agreed to just a framework of a trade between the Cleveland Browns and the New England Patriots. And I guess the big thing is the Niners want a receiver in return. So Amari Cooper from the Browns. And I guess for the Patriots side, it would be Kendrick Bourne. And look, Kendrick Bourne's coming off a torn ACL. I don't think he's a number one wide receiver. I know that Kyle likes him a lot. Obviously was a former 49er, but that does not sound like a good trade to me. And if that's what are the details of the trade, if Matt Judon's not included in that trade, I would be surprised. Like if the Patriots are offering a second-round pick or even a first, then maybe you consider that, but that does nothing to help your team right now. And for Aiyuk to go to New England, I don't think he wants to go to New England. I mean, right now you would be playing with Jacoby Brissett as the starter for the here and now, and then you have no idea if Drake May is going to be good. So I highly doubt that if the ball is in Brandon Ayuk's court, as everyone's saying it is, I don't see him deciding on the New England Patriots. The Browns make a ton of sense. I get him going to the Browns, and that makes sense for the 49ers to get Amari Cooper. I've said that I think it's an upgrade if Cooper replaces Aiyuk. I still stand on that. I think that Amari Cooper is, I believe, a very, very reliable wide receiver, a little bit more than Brandon Aiyuk. It's only because Aiyuk is just still early in his career, and Amari's been established for 9 seasons now, and I think you can rely on him more as an all-around wide receiver. I guess the holdup on this whole trade is Brandon Aiyuk wants to go to Pittsburgh, and I don't know why. Because if you're given the choices between Cleveland and Pittsburgh, you know, I know we all don't like Deshaun Watson, but I think that he's a better quarterback than what the Steelers have right now. You have no idea what's going on with Russell Wilson. You have no idea what's going on with Justin Fields. You have no idea who's going to be the starter. I guess if I had to surmise, Brandon Aiyuk likes Mike Tomlin, and there's been some flirtation on social media between the two. So that's things are changing minute by minute. We have no idea when this is going to happen. Kyle Shanahan did his press conference today and said, like, basically, you know, it is what it is at this point. You never want to see a player leave. But it sounds like from the Niner perspective, they're all expecting him to go. Even Christian McCaffrey had a flub today when he was doing an interview with NFL Network where he was like, yeah, my former teammate, my teammate. It sounds like this thing is going to happen. And I don't know when. I just want it to stop because I'm tired of talking about it. I think we all here are tired of talking about it. But, yeah, it sounds like this is going to go down. I don't know when. Next couple of days here, maybe tonight. Who knows? But it's puzzling to me that Brandon Aiyuk is really in on the Pittsburgh Steelers because I don't know what the Niners could get in return for him. That's appealing. There's nobody receiving-wise that's worth a damn, honestly. Like, yeah, okay, George Pickens, but the Steelers would be crazy to give up George Pickens. You want to have both those receivers, and you have probably one of the best receiving corps in football with those two guys as far as a tandem. But if you could get Cameron Hayward back in the trade, okay, that's probably your best defensive tackle on the team right now. But nothing offensively would help you right now. That would hurt their Super Bowl chances immensely, in my opinion, if Brandon Aiyuk goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers and you're just getting draft compensation and you're getting, Cam Hayward. You're not getting a wide receiver to help you out. That's too much to rely on, Ricky Pearsall to fill those shoes. Just real quick before we get out of here, I do want to give Jordan Schultz, who's kind of an insider dude, but he had this tweet maybe like an hour ago. If I can find it, hang on one second. This is awkward radio. Jordan Schultz. Reminder, although Brandon Aiyuk doesn't have an official no-trade clause, he effectively has one because his opinions carry more weight than that of the 49ers or any potential trade partner. If Aiyuk doesn't want to go to a team, he could tell that team, I'm not signing an extension. This is a major life decision that demands the kind of thought and nuance Aiyuk has given it. That sounds like Jordan Schultz just trying to give, a nice tweet to appeal to the agent. Yeah, I guess that he has the say in this, and he can decide where he wants to go. I think my biggest thing, though, is why do the Niners feel like they have to do this? Why do they feel like they have to trade him? Couldn't they play hardball a little bit more? That's like I get like you just want to move on and get away from all the bullshit, but at some point, like, does John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan? I get it. I guess at this point now, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are just like, all right, well, it's better to get him off the team than have him show up every day in sweats and not have him participate in training camp.
Right.
But
I think he's a good enough player where he's worth dragging it on a little.
That's what I say. I mean, like it feels early on. Like if this was the case, like if this was Labor Day week, we're talking about this. I get it because you just want to move past it. But to me, like, it just feels early on to give up on this.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
Maybe they know something we don't know. I don't know. This saga might not be over yet.
What do you think, Michael? At this point, do you think that he's coming back to the Niners, or are we all just anticipating him to leave in the next couple of days here?
I think he still doesn't want to leave. And I think the Niners are kind of like, well, put up or shut up right now. We're giving you the option to leave.
Yeah.
You know, take it or leave it. I think it's like 50-50 right now.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens here. I'm just hoping this thing comes to a head this week. I'm
sick of it for sure.
I'm getting tired of it. I'd rather talk about cereal with Tom.
Yeah, and I'm having to be on call like 24/7 to figure out if he's gonna, sign this deal or not.
Yeah.
I want that to end too.
Yep. Well, yeah. Watch that happen tonight.
Yeah, I know.
We're all just like chilling.
Yep.
And then news breaks. For everybody tuning in to KNBR during the week, we are still giving away Niner tickets. So continuing today until Friday, August 23rd. Or I guess tomorrow, really. But until August 23rd, you will have 3 chances a day. Once during Murph and Marcus, Papa and Lund, and Tolbert and Copes to qualify to win 2 tickets to each 2024 regular season Niner home game. Each person who qualifies will win a $50 gift card to the Niners team store and enters for a chance to win the grand prize. Be caller number 10 to 415-896-KNBR when you hear the special cue to call featuring Tim Ryan. So tune in all the time for that big giveaway. Thanks to everybody behind the scenes today. Tim Webb, Michael Connell, Adam Copeland, and Tom Tolbert, who wanted to party today. Love it. We will be trying to do this tomorrow. Here's the thing. There might be rain in Washington. So if there's rain in Washington and we have a rain delay, you'll see Tolbert and Copes on the stream. If there's no rain delay, you'll see my ugly mug on this thing.
And if we are on, call in 808-1050, 415-808-1050. Call in.
We're definitely going to take more calls. All right, guys, thanks for watching and listening. This is KNBR Off Air.
In 1988, and from your sad face, you said you caught a case. But besides that, the money was piling up. Business was doing good. You're moving on through the hood. Got you a house, no doubt, in Vallejo. For 700 ounce, you gon' drop straight Yale. Niggas be talking bad. Sometimes I be getting mad. I just got a gun, y'all. My mother said, don't call. And like paper, I was ripped apart. Because you know that my mother is my heart. I feel ashamed, cause I'm a black first up in the game. It ain't a mystery to me. Money, clothes, and rain. Because these bitches be talking shit. I live by the crucifix. Because of my past ways. All these my last days. Praise to the double Glock. I'm smoking so much pot. I don't know if I like it or not. I got beef with the Berry brothers. They started hearing my name up in the game and told the undercover. Yeah, so here we go round and round. The streets don't make a sound. Don't they come uptown? Nigga, we cut them down. And that's the mind state for all those niggas. Rats biting cheese, yeah, all those willers. The devil come and get us, yeah, they all gon' fill us.